Morning! Morning! Good morning, Vietnam! We are Vietnam. War zone. Hang on, let me turn that off. That's why I turned it off, because I don't want to hear that. The high pitch. You gotta do Bob sometimes in high pitches. United for the love of our people. You don't want to hear that. No, I don't want to hear that. It's early. So I turn my mic on. Make sure my mic is on now. Is it on that? Okay, it's good. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I want to talk about Epiphanies today. I was thinking about this morning all the things that gave me epiphanies that we need to shift the paradigm. My question to you today is, well, first of all, I'm assuming that you want to shift the paradigm. Most of my friends, they don't want to change nothing. They're like, oh, this is good. Let's do this. Let's just keep going. You know, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm with you. If y'all don't want to, that's fine with me. I go along with you, but I think we need to shift the paradigm. So there are like a series of things that in my life that I ran into where I realized, like, damn, we can't go in this direction. We need a paradigm shift. These little 98% monkey mid tweaks. We don't need tweaks. And politics are for tweaks. My friends are y'all, they're lighting it up, boy. They coming after the voters now. They've been posting on the anti-vote stuff so deeply. We don't need baby changes. We're done with the babies. We don't need baby change. We need big changes. We need paradigm shifts. I'm gonna tell you about a conversation I had yesterday while y'all come on in the room. So talking to a brother, and he said, brother and his wife, he said, I'm sorry, it's funny because I was thinking about it. He said, you know what? They didn't impeach him, but they're gonna put Donald Trump in jail. I have this face. I think I've been labeled. I have a bunch of faces that I have when I talk to people, and I think I'm gonna label it. We're gonna put rich people in prison in a capitalist nation face. Because I made the same face with him when they said that they were gonna put Hillary Clinton in prison. When he said, "Oh, they're gonna put Donald Trump in prison," and I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." I've been in America a little while now, a little bit. They don't put anyone who's making the billionaires billions do not go to prison. That's not how that works. Now, if you're Martha Stewart, you can go to the country club, but you're not going to prison. If you're making billionaires billions, you're not going to prison. You can give up on that. And Clinton's still running around. Yachts and islands, they probably got a whole new Epstein. No, you don't go to prison if you're supporting the state. That's just not how it works. And he's doing a great job for him. He's doing a great job. And people are like, no, he's not. He's making jobs. I'm like, yeah, what do you think a job is? What do you think a job is? Like, think about that for a minute. He's making more jobs. And I'm like, okay, if jobs are slavery, forced labor, he's making more jobs. Who is he helping most? Who gets helped most in these big corporations? The workers or the CEOs and the billionaire owners? Okay, very simple. He's not going to prison. Hang up, take that. You know, y'all see the meme? Y'all still posting that meme around? Where I stole it from somebody. I don't know who I stole it from. Kind of point is like, you take that monkey bull over there. he's pointing in the distance, and the dog was pointing in the distance too. Like, that had to be one of the funniest memes. I don't think it's probably way down my timeline. I don't even waste your time looking for it. At this point, like, you take that monkey bull over there. That's not how this world works. We live in a capitalist, cronyist, oligarchical world that people want to change to a cronyist, oligarchical, socialist, and communist world. None of the systems work. We need a paradigm shift. What I was posting on this morning is, oh Lord. I just saw Trump in my head. I'm just like, okay. I'm talking paradigm shift. Like, there are people gonna do that. And, you know, I let people do what we do. I have no issue with what people want to do. They want to play tweak. They want to play little monkey change. I think that's a bad idea. So for me, and this is what I'm talking about. For me, let me change the music. For me, everything changed when I realized that human beings were designed to live forever. Please let me know, everybody here, if you've been on my timeline a minute, you know, or if you follow studies from Stanford University or telomere science, human beings are designed to live forever. Okay? Ever. Death is an error. Death in a human being is a mistake. It is a mistake to have gray hair, wrinkled skin, and die. You're not supposed to die. And to me, that was paradigm shifting. Why? Because now you don't need a pharmaceutical industry, let alone some damn for-profit healthcare. You need to get rid of that. Put all your resources into the what is that plant that fixes your telomeres, reactivates the telomerase enzyme? I think they're like 3 or 4 plants, but the one that was used in China for 5,000 years, the astragalus. Please let me know that y'all understand that. Like, if you don't, I hate to go back and repeat things, but if you need me to repeat it, because if you think that's crazy, then you need to do some research on telomeres. They knew, and they told, all right, they told us 10 years ago. That's when she did her research. They told us 10 years ago, human beings aren't supposed to age. That should have shifted the paradigm. You shouldn't have CVS's and Walgreens on every corner. That shit has shifted the paradigm. When the whistleblowers started coming forward, saying we've been to the moon and we've got starships and things like that, that should have shifted the paradigm. At that point, we should have said something ain't right in this monkey world. We got to change something significant, you know, and it's not to something that we've already had. And that's my angst with the socialism and the communism people. We don't need to do what we've already done. We need something different, completely different, a new direction. Right? When the free energy ships started showing up, UFOs all over the place, that was a hint that we need a paradigm shift. Somebody's lying about dead energy, right? Dead energy. You know what I'm talking about? Fossil fuels. Because we're carnivores. We're carnivores. We have a society built on preying upon the dead, consuming the resources of dead plants and dead dinosaurs and other dead stuff from the essential oils and put them in cars and drive on the street. Paradigm should have shifted then. Obviously, somebody has free energy. You know, when they started hiding all of the cures to cancer, right? Because here was a thought I was having. With a government that hides cures to cancer, leukemia, Alzheimer's, all these things, a government that refuses to research autism from products that they get big money from, would they actually let you know about the fountain of youth if they found it? Would they let you know if they were elongating telomeres so your chromosomes get no damage? Hell no, they wouldn't. Hell no, they wouldn't. Right? Because we still support them. Right? We justify what they do. If they need you alive and like barely alive from pharmaceutical drugs and whatever else you need, medical treatments, and those companies are buying the politicians at the top, they're going to keep it going. That's why I'm saying paradigm shift. We don't need a small change. We need a massive, unseen before change. You know, when all these whistleblowers started coming out the woodworks, right? The FBI, CIA, NASA, MI6, the Department of Homeland Security, Congress. You know, when all these whistleblowers started coming out saying, hey, they're not doing what they're supposed to do now. That should have been the end of it. Because I have a theory on whistleblowers. Like, I don't think they go after whistleblowers for a certain reason. I trust all whistleblowers. I trust whistleblowers above everybody in government every single day of the week. Why? Because if someone makes an accusation about you who used to work for you and you don't address it, to me, that says it's true. That's it. What's this? One of two things. It's true, or maybe it's not true, and you just don't want people to know what's true. Because if I were running things, what would I do? Whistleblower came forward and I was corrupt, dirty, funky, and foul. Because that's just how people are in the right environments. Dunky, funky, the filthy, and foul. And Dunky, I don't know what Dunky is. I wouldn't answer the whistleblower's accusations. Because if I don't answer, if they say, hey, we've been to the moon. And if I didn't answer that and I've been to the moon, well, one, you won't know. You might think he's crazy. But then it encourages other people to lie about what's happening in those agencies, right? Or people who aren't even in the agencies, right? If liars, people who want attention, who want to make up things, are in the midst, and we know they are, because that's just the human race, and that's what we do in certain environments. If no whistleblowers are going challenged by government, no whistleblowers for the FBI is not addressing those. Whistleblower for the CIA is not saying nothing. Whistleblower for NASA, damn sure ain't saying nothing. And so if nobody's saying anything, then you can have all the fakes and phonies and frauds and photoshops and all that. And that would actually create a climate of even thinking the real whistleblowers were even crazy. And that's how they changed it. So yeah, so that should have shifted the paradigm when it was obvious that they're not addressing whistleblowers' accusations. So to me, I think they're all true. I'm good with all whistleblowers' accusations. We should have shifted the paradigm when the neuroscientists told us that environments make people, right? Because who was I listening to today? I was listening to a bunch of stuff this morning. Who was that brother? He was actually on Rogan. It was a little clip on Rogan. Christopher Ryan. I saw a little clip on it. In fact, I might have to watch the whole thing. That was pretty deep. He was dropping some bombs. He said, people ask me, is what he said. He said, people ask me, what is the normal condition of the human being? And he responded with, just the deep psychological, truthful answer, which is human beings. Asking me the normal condition of a human being is like asking me the condition of water normally, right? Of H2O. It has no normal condition. If it's hot, it's going to be hot. If it's warm, it's going to be liquid. If it's too hot, it's going to be gas. And if it's too cold, it's going to be frozen. And now they say there's a new type of water. And human beings are the same exact way. You don't have good and bad human beings. You just got environments, and those environments forge humanity. Forge humans, which forges humanity. We should have had a paradigm shift when we realized that certain environments make violent people if we don't want violent people. So that's my question is what did it for you? Oh, the other thing that did it for me was 1913. Oh my goodness. The creature from Jungle Island. When it was obvious that we have central banks that run the world, not politicians or government and any of that nonsense, at that point we should have had a paradigm shift. We should have said, all right, we're done with this. We realize we're being played all over the earth. I'm not playing politics no more. Anyway, good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? Whew. I got that out. Now I'm just going to read some comments, and then I am going to... I kind of want to look at the news. They said the volcano blew up again. What volcano was that? Mount St. Helena or something is burping, choking up something. Good morning, Christine Wins. Hey, they impeached Trump because of disclosure he wanted to do of space. Did he? I didn't know anything about that. I don't watch. That's interesting. I would like to know more about that. Can you find on Facebook? I would love to know more about that. I don't think he is. I don't think the world works that way. I don't think America works that way. Like I said, I'm just like the guy told me. He said, he's probably gonna put Donald Trump in prison. No, they're not. I don't think they are. I think that they if you're not doing what you're supposed to at certain levels, they kill you or they get you to. And the vast majority, they get you to. I don't think they'll disclose much about space only because that would break all human conflict, right? Capitalism, survival of the fittest, socialism, communism. I mean, they're all systems that are based in conflict. They're all systems based in forced labor. And so one, conflict, if the aliens up there coming after us, or there are aliens and people finally admit that, like I think 60% of the population believes, but we don't know anything about them. So whatever they're disclosing or whatever they're doing with those things, if they are, we don't know anything about it. You've got whistleblowers saying all kinds of stuff, and you don't know who to trust and who not to. So I kind of just trust them all. But the human race wouldn't be in conflict with anymore. Like Christians wouldn't be fighting Muslims, and the blacks and whites, they'd get along. And the silly blacks, not the majority, just the silly. They always put the silly extreme ones on television. The nations wouldn't be at war. The Chinese and the Americans and the Russians, they all would say, well, wait a minute, why are we fighting you? Why are we going to Iran to blow up some things and we got aliens out there that can blow us up? So one, I don't think anything would be disclosed, because if they disclosed it, it means human conflict would end, which means that fossil fuels would come to an end from the free energy possibilities, as well as they'd have to disclose anything that they found out there, and then people would have no reason to fight. And the other one is with aliens scaring people and then the fossil fuels. Yeah, that's the two of them. I don't think that would happen. Not in America. Like power concedes nothing without demands, and nobody's demanding nothing. They're demanding healthcare. They're demanding walls and healthcare. Donald Trump would be a fool to disclose anything. He would be a blithering idiot. I'd agree with the left if he came out of there and said, hey, UFOs are real, we got them on tape, we're seeing free energy is real, and the aliens are real. If he said that, I think he's a fool, and I think he's crazy. You might actually have something. I don't think he's going to do it, and I think he'd be dead before the evening's out. They killed JFK for a lot less. Good morning. Good morning, Ivana. Good morning, Susan. Huge shifts and changes. 2020 will be a massive one. Love is the key. I hope you're right, Susan, but I don't think the universe cares about 2020 much. I don't think the universe, where did we get 2020? That's a calendar. It's a date. I think things are changing, however, though, because people are starting to question where we are, right? People, I think, are starting to have epiphanies. If I spelled that right. Did I spell that right? They're starting to have epiphanies that are making them question the paradigm. I think that's what's changing things, and I hope that's what it gets somewhere. Good morning, Ivana. Good morning, Leanne. Good morning, Rebecca. Rich folks don't go to prison. Even Martha Stewart had a special place. And that's my point, Stacey. And it's like, I hear it all the time. I heard it with the Clintons. You hear it with Trump. You're just like, no, that's not how this works. I don't think that's how. I've been here 40-something years. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen no monkey fly. I've not seen that. I don't think it's gonna happen. Good day from Australia. What? Good morning, Leanne from down under. Let me see. Australia is effed. We are under a full attack of the New World Order Agenda 21. Well, Leanne, that is how it's going to go. And that's a good reason that we got to shift the paradigm. When it's obvious they're trying to make a new world order, let's be clear, psychopathic people in leadership are trying to make a new world slave in colony, forced labor, new world order from force. Hell no. Paradigm shift. No, hell no. That's a great epiphany. Epiphany in our country, Leanne, is we got the political parties bringing UN troops in. Hell no. Like, why would your like y'all? How treasonous that is? It's so treasonous. It's not even funny. Like, think about it. Like, literally. Like, what happened? Like, say you're in a family, and your mom and your dad, you're one of the kids, and your mom and dad start bringing the police in the house. Would you start getting a little nervous? Like, yeah, well, you know, we're gonna set the police up in your room. Well, in my room, what? We're gonna put a substation next to your bed. Next to my bed? Daddy? Is you on drugs? Is you crazy? Now, daddy's psycho if he does that. Hell no. That's treason. It's all treason. Nobody brings foreign troops into your nation to help. But obviously, they're not here to help. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, brother Ronald. Let me see. Some seeds need fire to germinate. Yes, Brenda, they do. That's how nature works. Nothing in nature's in chaos. Nature knows exactly what it's doing. All right, what we got? Good morning, Citizen Devs. Can't find me on Facebook. Christine, I don't know nothing what that's about, but, you know, try to reboot. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's just technology jacked up, and other times it is shadow banning. Yeah, AI was another one. AI was another. That's what it did for me. I talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but I can only give you my experience. My experience with learning software, predictive analysis, and predictive software. When I saw what that stuff could do, I said, oh no, I got to do something good with my life. I said, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Somebody said I played with computers, and I was like, okay. The guy was hating on me, but I love you anyway. He said, you don't know everything because you played with computers. First of all, I didn't play with computers. And number two, I don't know nothing. Every post I make, every video I do is literally about y'all. We 98% monkeys and they playing all of us. We need to shift the paradigm. Every single post I make. And usually most people go around with 99% of those posts until one of them questions their little, the portions of the current setup they don't want to change. Right? People like to think they're right, and they're right to a degree, but it's just about people who are willing to open their minds to a collective, right? So my experience was just learning software. Like that's when I knew we needed a paradigm shift, when I realized we have enough food and water for everybody. Not only do we have it, but we have AI, we have learning software and robotics and automation that can feed everybody. And if your country's not doing that, if your leaders in your country aren't doing that, they obviously don't care about everybody. They're not your leaders. You need to question whose leaders that they are, right? Like, that's dangerous. That was basically what Elon Musk talked about. Oh, I posted that video. Did y'all see that on my other page? Remember when Alex Jones went on Joe Rogan? He said all that crazy stuff that you didn't believe with that. I was like, y'all know 80% of that's true. I was just sitting back and like, you know, this is how my mind works. I trust whistleblowers and I listen to what whistleblowers say and I just sit there and wait. If somebody says something about Coca-Cola, as an example, and Coca-Cola doesn't respond. Coca-Cola got dead rats in their cans because there's rats running around in the factory. I'm not drinking Coca-Cola. Why? Because if Coca-Cola doesn't respond, now Coca-Cola responds and says, oh, we don't have dead rats. No way. Here's a camera and here's the facilities. There's no rats, no holes, no anything. And they see a rat trap or something, you know. But if Coca-Cola didn't say anything, hell no, I ain't drinking no damn Coke. Right? So you got whistleblowers that talking about NASA and all the rest of this and Elon Musk with AI, you know, and you're going to keep drinking the Kool-Aid. Heck, you going to get a rat in your throat. That's what's going, baby. You going make sure you get some spearmint, some rubs for your throat, because you're going to have to get the rat. Because when the rats go there and got they scratch and they poop and stuff, you might get a little rash or something. Your esophagus might start to seal up, might get a little pink eye down here. Little pink eye on your tongue. You know, that's why I trust every whistleblower. But anyway, it was a video of Elon Musk confirming what's his name? Alex Jones, what he was saying, because it's true. It sounds crazy, but it's true. And I'm here to tell you that there are no conspiracy theories around AI. There are none. There's no conspiracy theories around learning software. The only people who will tell you that are the people who are still working with it, or the people who just started working with it. The people who got mortgages to pay from lying to you, and the people who are too naive. They haven't touched enough of the software suites. These things are highly dangerous, and they're not stopping, and there are no conspiracies surrounding them, because they're not nothing, right? They're not based in nothing. They're based in profit. Right? If somebody says they're going to use AI to do this and there's profit in that, that's not a conspiracy theory. That is a business plan. It is already done, or it's being done right now. Trust me, I sat in the boardrooms. I can tell you right now, if somebody can make money doing it, they're doing it right now. Whatever you do, there is somebody like me or a whole team of them in a room right now trying to get rid of your job. Trust me. Trust me. I'm just real talk. Back in the 1980s, when they brought out the first flight simulators, those simulators weren't for kids and for fun. Those simulators for military, right? For training people how to fly. That's where the whole video game industry came from. And so what do you think the kids are doing now? The kids are playing video games. They're literally training the AI that's going to murder them later. Sounds scary, sounds crazy, sounds conspiracy, until you think about the money. When you think about the money and the power, then it all makes sense. Government is an entity that requires power. And if you don't limit that power, they're going to go as far as they can. Corporations are what corporation doesn't want money? What corporation says, nah, we're not going to do that. That's going to make too much money. We're not. It's not going to happen. Just like government. Let me see. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Brenda. Same here. More and more questions and less need for answers. Right, Brenda, and the more people raise questions of government corporations, the more I'm just like, y'all, we have some very basic default truths that we need to stick to. Government can't have no damn secrets, and neither can corporations. We live in a time where the technology they play with are so devastatingly earth-ending, it's time for us to grow up. And one of those grow up movements is dropping the identity, y'all. You gotta get rid of them. Knock you don't. No, you don't. Never mind. Susan said I tell people, no, you can keep them. You keep all your identities. Go ahead and keep them. We all gonna die. All right. Nobody with an identity is honest. Tell you, you're not gonna like it, but I'm here to tell you how very smart people see it. And I ain't got no life, and all I do is watch their lectures all day. If you got an identity, you're not being honest. And you know what I mean by that? Because the minute you attach yourself to a group, an identity, it means when it comes to your subconscious, that is you. It means you develop a mind and your intellect will defend that identity. So anything that interfaces with that, you're going to defend. Your intelligence, your intellect is going to defend that group. That's why if you're a scientist, it's not just races and religions and stuff like that. It has to do with science too. It has to do with technology, science and technology, which to me they shouldn't be jobs, and they aren't jobs, they're progress. You can't use something called a job and profit to govern progress, right? Because when you take a scientist and they got a mortgage to pay, they're not gonna lie on the science, they are gonna lie on the science that they're working for to put food on the table. So you literally break science and technology by calling it a job. It's not a job. It's progress for the human freaking race. You can't have any secrets around that. And we need them to go as fast as possible, not go as slow as possible. So one corporation can get one patent and we want 20. Like, think about it from a longevity perspective, right? Think about it from that. Like, we know human beings aren't supposed to die. We now know that dying is a mistake. It is an error in your body, that you were supposed to live forever. You want one corporation working on that, or you want all of them in healthcare working on that? Like, have you ever seen anybody die? Most of us didn't had parents and grandparents and uncles and aunts and brothers and sisters that have been there, choking the life out of them. Their system is just errors and flaws all over. You're in IT admin, syntax errors everywhere, and nobody fixing the program, nobody rewriting the software, no one solving it. You want one corporation working on it that gets a patent so nobody else can improve it once they do it, or you want them all? And no, that's not a socialist concept. It's not a communist concept. It's called being human, not letting people die in massive pain that they don't need to. Science and technology is not a job. You give it a job to govern it because you want to make profit from people dying. Okay? People aren't supposed to die. We are cannibals in endless ways. That analogy fits. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. So I'm always just like, no secrets, no secrets, no secrets, no secrets. And then somebody gets pissed off because they want to keep their secrets. Or that secret, it interfaces with their identity. Let me see. Over 5 million animals are dead. Thousands of people stranded with no water. Ooh. Food and no way. Oh, whoa. And no way out. As we speak, hundreds are stuck on the highways with fires closing in and the worst yet to come. Leanne, I guess we're talking about Australia still. Y'all got a military. Well, that's wrong. Y'all ain't got no military. You're like the United States. You don't have a military. But this is the sick part. So this is a good example of another reason paradigms have to shift. Why? Because if people in Australia are being allowed to die, and they got helicopters, they've got jet airplanes and cargo craft that they're using to fight for billionaires' oil in other nations, then that's not the Australian government. The whole thing needs to be collapsed. I agree with that. People in California, if their power gets shut off, you don't actually have a government. You don't have I know you want to call them a government. You do not have a government. You have oligarchs that don't give two damns about you. You need to stop voting for these monsters. Good morning, Lori. Good morning. Born a seed and in need of love, water, soil, and water, sun, and good soil. That's right, Lori. And the same thing with human beings. You give them food, water, a house, some safety. My God, if you shake a bag of love on them, they turn into phenomenal things. That should have shifted the paradigm. It should have shifted the paradigm when we realize when we cultivate human beings to be pleasant creatures, they don't rape people. They don't kill people. They don't shoot up schools. That's how all these people yelling and screaming about these mass shootings. I gotta say it right, so then click into the AI so they can ban it, because you're not allowed to talk about actually solving the problem, putting children and people in environments that don't make them psychopaths. Calm down, I get excited sometimes. But that should have stopped. And there's a paradigm of what you're saying, Lori, in terms of food. Once we realize that glyphosate is a carcinogen, once we realize that these pesticides and herbicides and all the sides, putting them on crops gives people cancer, everybody fighting the war against cancer should have just stopped. So you know what? They're not actually fighting a war on cancer. They're literally subsidizing the companies that are putting carcinogens on their food. That should have stopped the minute we realized that plants need fresh water. They need microbiology in the soil. Then we should have stopped when 11 kids started pissing out the 12 popular pesticides, with a couple thousand kids they tested, started pissing out the dozen or so popular pesticides. That's a paradigm shift. You should have had an epiphany at that point. Right? You ever seen a child, a baby, the age of 10, die of cancer? Come on now. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. Demanding more and more, demanding more government, demanding more political drama. Absolutely, Lori. And the more people vote, the more government you get. The more people look the other way, the more problems we're gonna have, because they're all voting for more laws. Every single law is literally a removal of freedom. Human beings need freedom. In freedom, human beings become great things. And when they don't have freedom, they become monsters. We manufacture people. People are like water. They're like H2O. They don't have a normal condition. They are born into heat or they're born into cold. And that's exactly what they become. Stop judging people. That's when that neuroscience, that should have been that paradigm shift. Oh, what is some other epiphanies? I need to see some epiphanies. No, okra ain't no damn epiphany. Actually, no, okra is an epiphany. I take that back. Okra. I had it. Okra. I had my epiphany on okra. My Lord. I started throwing up, vomiting. It was just coming out of all ends. I swear it was coming out of my ears. I had an epiphany then, and I paradigm shifted. At that point, I said, Mama, I ain't never eating okra again. I don't care what. You can spank me all day, make me sit on the step. I can't watch Dukes of Hazzard. I don't even care. I ain't never putting that in my body again. So y'all post all the stuff that you want. And of course, I'm stupid, so I put it in my body again. I did, but it was for posterity. It was for posterity. I made an okra smoothie. If you knew, yes, I did. I have eaten okra. Don't look at me like, you just don't want to try it. I tried it. I don't like it. My body hates it. It's diarrhea, Dookie squirts and Hershey squirts. Nasty stuff happened. Hell no. I had an epiphany and I changed the paradigm. I don't eat it. And the only time I went back to is because the smoothie, because people dying. That's why. Because I love y'all. I made an okra smoothie and I drank it. People like, somebody posted that video. Because I did it on video and they're like, oh, I don't believe it. You do it again. Ain't no way in the hell I'm doing it again. That's why we got video. We got techno. I ain't doing that mess. You know how I felt the rest of the day? I feel horrible the rest of the day. But I did it to show people that if you put avocados and coconuts and all the good, delicious stuff in a smoothie, deep leafy greens with some bananas, because you're monkey, 98%, and 60% of your DNA is mimicking bananas. You really don't taste the nasty stuff. You can shove everything in there to be healthy. Now, mind you, if I had a condition where I don't know, I had a green dot on my forehead or something, call it something. I don't know, they making up all the names for the diseases they're getting from the oligarchical chemicals now. And I needed okra. I read an article. You need okra to get rid of the red bump, the green bump, whatever. Okay, I'd make a smoothie and I put okra in it. Right? If I had cancer, and I do, because everybody does, how your body works, your body makes cancerous cells. Since I've been running my mouth, you make millions of them. We make cancerous cells all the damn time. You got cytotoxic T cells to clean that up. The doctors that ain't paid off told you that. I drink it. And that was the whole point. I did that for that. But yeah, I had an epiphany and I made a paradigm shift. Is that both fine? Oh Lord, here we go. Oh, this guy's crazy. I don't know why y'all encourage him. Y'all know he ain't right. Y'all know Beaufort is not right. This man is dangerous to Photoshop. Y'all need to leave him alone. All right, don't encourage this man. This man is dangerous. He has memes and he will use them. Oh my God, what? He posted one the other day. Had six-pack. He did his crazy. This guy crazy. He crazy. He did his favorite Gerard memes of 2019. He did one, had me in a six-pack. And I'm like, looking like, you have no idea. This is Gerard's six-pack because he doesn't eat, or he does eat okra and throws it up. And I'm like, no, that is not what I have. And I don't eat okra, all right? And there was a great epiphany that we had in that thread. Great discussion. Oh Lord, I don't even want to think about the other thread. Oh my God, there's a thread that y'all do not need to see, but I'm not gonna talk about that right now. It's too early in the morning. So no, I don't drink. I don't eat okra and vomit up so I can be skinny. What is that when the women the guys do it too, and they put their tongue, the finger in their mouth to throw up the food so they'll be skinny and whatever, you know, because they want to look good or psychological thing, whatever. No, I don't do that. I'm a 40-something-year-old man. I got a little this and that here and there. I do got, it's no six-pack dad. I don't want a six-pack. I don't want nothing like that. Why? Because psychotic women want you to have a six-pack. That's why. No, all right, I'll say it another way. This is why, and Beaufort and I think we agreed on this. We agreed on this. Right. If you are trying to be a decent person, I don't think decent people exist. I don't think there are good people. I think you're trying and you're not trying. If you were trying to be a decent person and you look great, you're going to attract a lot of psychopaths. You're going to have a lot of bad days and a lot of bad dates. You're going to have a lot of drama in your life. Why? Because that's what the psycho nuts are looking for. All right. If you get rid of the look part, and all you are is a beautiful person on the inside trying to be a good person. Being honest with yourself. Got change that you need to make. you will push away all the nut jobs. Because they'll go for the six-pack, they'll go for the, I don't want to say nothing about women because then you get in trouble. But you know, just looking perfect and everything. The nut jobs are looking for people who are perfect. If you don't look perfect, you might land something decent. You might land something decent, but if you eat an ogre and put your finger in the throw up, you're gonna land everybody. And what you need to do is you need to be a blessing to somebody's life. That means you need to look like a normal human. We come in all shapes and sizes, y'all. All shapes and sizes. All right, anyway, that was actually pretty funny. There's another thread that, oh my gosh, I don't even know where y'all get those memes from. Anyway, you're a gamer now, Harley says. No, I've always been a gamer. I stopped playing games, Harley. I stopped playing, you know, like the first-person shooters and stuff. I started playing strategy games because I didn't want my kids playing first-person shooters. And it doesn't really matter, Harley, because now they play they play first-person shooters anyway. But I didn't know back then, Harley, that when you tell God that this is what you're going to do and this is how your kid's going to be, God is, whatever God is, has a sense of humor. If you want your children to not be something, just say this is what they're going to be. Then they're going to be something completely different. You don't want them. So anyway, I didn't want them playing first-person shooters because I thought that was too realistic of the world, right? Shooting human beings. So we played strategy games, right? And I taught them to play strategy games for the most part. And every now and then I'll play one with them, but I don't like the first-person shooters because that's a little too realistic. It's like when they're little, I let them watch Lord of the Rings. I let them watch like Godzilla, stuff like that. And people are like, you shouldn't let your children watch that. They're too young. I didn't care what anybody said. I'd be the father. Yeah, well, you know, are you his guardian? Yeah, I'm his father. He's 10. He wants to see Godzilla. We can go see Godzilla because it's fake. Okay, I don't know if that's true, but I think Godzilla is fake. I'm pretty sure Godzilla doesn't exist. You know, it wasn't real, right? When you take kids to see war movies, that's something different, right? You take them to go see Boys in the Hood, that's something different. Menace to Society. You take them to see like real stuff with real people and real circumstances, then you're programming their subconscious, right? So anyway, yeah, so I'm not much of that. I used to make games. That was fun. I'd like to go back to that again, but Harley, we don't live in that world, brother. We live in the forced slavery world. Forced labor. I gotta do what the the kings and lords tell me. Make money. I got to go with the economy. I got to do things to put food in my belly. We might have a free world where people go do the things that they want to do. And I hope we get there in my lifetime. We need that paradigm shift. Right? Like, and that's another, Harley's taking me down that road. That's another epiphany that should have gave us a paradigm shift. When we realized when you let human beings be free, they become phenomenal things. And that little kid who just looked at the birds his whole life. I love birds. I don't know why I love birds, their shape and size and how they fly and the feathers and da-da-da. You know, that kid, you know, his whole life, everybody can look at him like he's just wasting time. Look, he's just drawing pictures of birds and painting them and watching them in nature. What a waste of a life. And one day that Nikola Tesla-like epiphany just kicks in about bird flight. And he creates, I don't know, something that flies faster than light. You know, was it worth it for the human race to put food on his table and put him in a 3D printed house and automated grown food? Hell yeah, it was. We got to work together. That's why I like this picture behind me. You know, we are one species. We're one species and we're surrounded by a whole lot of space on a planet that's always trying to murder us. We're either going to act like it or we're going to keep this immaturity going on with conflict after conflict after conflict. Anyway. Good morning, Trish. Good morning, Trish. Good morning, Michael. Let me see. I assume most people, I try to read comments from everybody. I'm trying my hardest. I assume most people that own businesses are very low vibe and don't care about their customers. My husband's family is like that and many like that. I don't assume that, Susan. I don't think that's a good assumption. I don't think you should make that assumption. I think that people got to eat. I think people got kids and got put food on the table. And while I think the bigger the business gets, the more of a number that people become. But you got small mom and pop shops still that they're all about quality and taking care of people. And they don't ever want to get big. They realize it's about quality. There's something evil about getting big. There's something that breaks you about getting big. It's the same thing with the church thing. Same thing with the church. I told you I was raised in the church. And the little churches, there was always a lot of love in there. You just felt special things. Everybody knew each other, knew each other's names, da-da-da. But the bigger they got, The more gold encrusted thrones, the more mega the church, the less they gave a damn about anybody. And I'm not saying that's always true, but there's something about getting big that takes out quality. Things become more quantity focused, becomes more about how much money you can take in instead of how many members in the church are starving because they don't have any food because they lost their job. It's the same thing with business. Small business, I think they tend to look out for you more. You know, they tend to love you more. And some small businesses want to get big. You're right, and they don't care, or they don't know. But you got a lot of small businesses that understand, I think, the model of our society, in that you can't ever get big. If you ever get big, you have to sell out. It's pretty much a requirement. You don't have big corporations doing good things. All you got are corporations who are trying to do a thing. That's where greed breaks everybody. Greed is a horrible, horrible thing. What this money does to the human being, it's just completely unacceptable. And I'm not mad at money. Like I said, I don't think money is evil. It's just we're not ready for it. We're not evolved enough yet. It makes monsters out of people. Like we said, human beings are not like we said. I didn't say it. I'm not that smart. Christopher Ryan, like he said, great analogy. People are like H2O. And what they become, what their environment determines that they become. And that's a huge epiphany for a paradigm shift. Good morning, Vicky Thomas. Good morning. Good morning. Rebecca's in the house. Y'all, what y'all talking about? I see y'all going back and forth about something. 75%. Margie D, good morning. Australia is such a beautiful place, poor country. Yeah, Lori, well, they use that as a slave colony. Australia, I want to go to Australia. It's a beautiful place, but you can't climb the rock no more, right? Didn't they say you can't climb the big shiny rock? Look like an asteroid, landed in the middle, stuff glow at night. People are going up there, leaving trash everywhere. Leanne will probably tell you. People going up on the rock, leaving trash. You can't go up on Mount Everest. There's something wrong with us. 98% monkey, but people got to get back to work. I'm gonna blame that on work too. I'm gonna blame that on forced labor. People getting to the top of, oh Lord, because you know how vacation works. Most of y'all feeling that today. Like, oh Lord, like that feeling you get last night, you just didn't really care. I should vacuum, but I ain't gonna vacuum. I gotta work tomorrow. I should go clean the bathroom. I ain't doing that. I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta do something. You go pick up that beer, some brandy or something. That's another epiphany. When people are so busy, they can't even take care of their own world. They can't take care of the ecosystem, their own house, because they hate work so much on Monday. The Monday memes. I've never seen Beaufort do a Monday meme. The Monday memes. Like, that should be an epiphany that we can't continue this. This is bad. Right? That shouldn't be an epiphany for a paradigm shift. We got to get out of this forced labor. Why do people hate going to work so much? Because work is evil. That's why. You're not supposed to force creatures to do things they're not supposed to do, especially when you got enough to take care of. There was another epiphany I had in there, but it just slipped right out of my head. The mass shootings, or Brother Beaufort on mass shootings, right? The mass shooting, they probably already caught the keyword. I just ran my mouth, said it too loud. They're probably, it's not showing on people's timelines now. The SAS mootings, right? That was a great epiphany. What are we doing to children at such young ages that they think it's a good idea at the age of 14, 15, or 16 to take a gun into school and shoot everybody up? To me, that's not a failure in a child. Not to me. You can say that. You can be fearful of the children. You can be scared of the gun, because that's what the TV tells you to do. I'm not. I'm scared of the people who architect the environment. Why? Because it's a child right now in school, right now, might be 5, 6, 7, wondering what the hell am I gonna eat when I get home? Daddy done ran away, mommy on crack. Dad's a drunk, mom ain't gonna be at the trailer when I get home. I gotta raise myself. And that child is not focused on math, science, and English. That child don't give two damns because they're not supposed to give two damns. That child's trying to figure out, why do the adults in this world hate me so much? Why the hell do they hate me so much? That I live in a trailer park and I turn on TV and they all running and playing. Turn on the Cosby Show. Wow, some people have mommies and daddies that are good enough, that love their kids enough to become doctors and lawyers. How come my mommy and daddy don't love me that much? Daddy don't even come home, and when he does, he's drunk. Mommy ain't around because she working 3, 4, 5, 7 jobs. How come the world hates me this much? And that Ku Klux Klan come on around. That child turned 14. Bloods and Crips come around. That child turned 17. Hey, brother, come on, we love you. I know your parents, they can't love you like we can. We can make sure that you're safe. In fact, not only that, we'll give you a job. All you gotta do is this. I don't blame the child. I don't blame the child one bit. That child should join the Ku Klux Klan. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know why? Because what I do. If I was born in your world, if I was born in a world full of apathetic adults and give two damns about me, and I was raised in squalor, and the skinheads came to me and said, hey, they'd give me a little bit of money on the side for dropping this box here or dropping that box there, whether it's a bombing or not, I'm gonna tell you, you think I'm a nice guy. You have no idea how brains work. There's no such thing as nice people, just environment. I empathize with them. I empathize with all of them. There are supposed to be Ku Klux Klan that hates me. Why? Because the world is hateable. It creates hate monsters out of children, right? I'm supposed to be fearful when I go to the hood that's got Bloods and Crips on the corner. Why? Because they're supposed to shoot me. I build a world that hates them. That should have been an epiphany for a damn paradigm shift. I'm gonna change the topic because now it's gonna make me upset. I empathize with people in bad conditions because I know I would be them. But a lot of people don't know that. They think they're better than them. I'm better than you. I would never shoot anybody. You have no idea who you are. You have no idea what science is. We broke science. Like Tesla said, these people aren't scientists, they're mathematicians. The minute the minute that somebody tells you, oh, the science is settled, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not talking to a scientist. They might do some science in their day job. They might do some science. They might be building some products that are based in some sciences. But the minute they tell you that the science is settled, that this is an actual product, they are not a scientist, they are a salesman, okay? Or saleswoman. Science doesn't sell anything. Science is just a science and is never settled. It keeps evolving with the limits of our understanding and technology. It's never settled. And that's the problem with putting scientists and technology creators and engineers in corporations. Because the corporation's job is to make a product, not to progress the human species, right? And so they gotta make a product. So at some point in time, they gotta take something that they couldn't possibly know and say that this is a product, let's package it, put it in a pill, a shot, something, it's a product. We can now sell it, it is safe and effective, and there's no such thing with science. But you're not talking to scientists, remember, you're talking to a salesman who has a mortgage to pay. Right? That's why I told you that the only people who are telling you that AI is safe and their conspiracy theories about AI are fools who still work in the industry. They're not fools. People who haven't figured out a way to get out of the industry. Or naive people who don't understand what business is, what power and money do. All right, I'm done. Come on. That was a long, what's that called, a soliloquy? I don't know what that's called. Both of I had some ghost abs. You know what? Abs, that picture was me at abs about 20 years ago. 20 years ago, they used to call me Shaka Zulu, Beaufont. That's where my first kids came from. I used to work out a lot. I'm gonna get back, I think I might get back into it. I don't know. It depends. I think we might do some running later. I got the feeling that things aren't going right in my country. I got the feeling we might just have to duck under a bush and grab a gun, roll, tuck, cover, duck, you know, and if that happens, you know, the, what do they call it? The prayer boys or the Bernie bros or the Trump, but whatever, they get together, they might have to have a fight or something. They might have to revolt against each other. They're both poor as the day is long. Both of them poor as the day, got nothing. They got nothing, but they're mad at each other. Not mad at the people that stole everything from them. And they might have to have some sort of a fight, bout, revolution or something. And I'm going underground. I ain't on none of your teams. Don't come knocking on my door. Nope. I'm not the one. Oh, it's time for a revolution. No, it is not. It's time for you to get dead. That's what it is. You are not revolting against the U.S. government. Now, I am for gun. You know I'm for gun, Second Amendment. I'm for the Second Amendment, but I'm not stupid. All that is a delay with AI. To slow them down 2 seconds. I got the MA set 4 motivator and an AK-47 with a green stock with the automatic tick, 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 tick. I got my friends from the army. I call them gun nuts. Gun nuts are real. There are gun nuts. There's some people just a little nutty and got too many guns. You got a little too many. But it's your right. It's your right. I'm not against that. I'm just saying that. But I understand how the world works. These people have technologies that will, oh goodness gracious. I mean, just think about laser rifles. Just think about a laser rifle for a minute. Like you're in your house because you think war's fought like it is on TV. And oh, we got to get some sandbags. Put the sandbags by the window. Get down, duck, cover. All right, get the AK-40, get it out the window. U.S. government might just be coming. They're coming. Then they're waiting for like trucks to pull up and Homeland Security and all helicopters and drones and stuff. It ain't gonna be that. It's gonna be one guy. He's gonna be walking down the street whistling. I can't even whistle right now, I'm laughing. He's gonna be walking down the street with a laser rifle. La, 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 la. He's gonna get a text. What's the address? Okay, it's the address right there. Oh, there's some survivalists in there. How many is in there? Oh, it's 20. Oh, it's only 20? Oh, okay. He's gonna be eating a sandwich with a laser rifle in the other hand. And all he's gonna do is turn the laser rifle on like, and the whole house is just gonna collapse. Their bodies get cut in half and the house will collapse. It's the level of technology we have. And this is old technology. You ain't fighting the U.S. government. These people have been preparing for this stuff for a long time. The only way you're stopping this is walking away. Not a revolution person. Not a revolution person at all, because that's stupid. You have no idea who you're fighting. You still think war is like it is on television. That is for television. They are telling you a vision that's going to get you killed. Only way we get out of this, people, is this right here. Only way we get out is everybody together. Everybody together. You got to realize there's good people in the FBI, there's good people in the CIA, there's good people in all throughout government. Most of the good and the good politicians too. Most of the good politicians, they're at the lowest levels. They got no power. They got no power. You barely ever see them on TV. But the higher they get to the top, it's like the bigger the corporations get. That's why we need a paradigm shift, because it breaks everybody. If I were born in Donald Trump's shoes, I'd be Donald Trump right now. Y'all be hating me like, orange man, bad with brown skin. Y'all be yelling at me. I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be out there. What happened? I got a pop-up about Benghazi. But he said something about, the Iraq embassy is not going to be a Benghazi or something like that. And I'm just sitting back because I'm out of the whole lying to each other about politics. I'm too grown for that. Like, first of all, we're going to send troops over to make sure our embassy is safe. One, the Iraq government is a puppet of the United States government. That's number one. Every time there's an uprising, usually it's one group behind. It's called your CIA. And then what's the point of yelling and screaming like a patriot? All right, we're going to go over there and kick their butts. You realize the CIA probably gave the protesters the guns and, and the bullets and the bombs and pissed them off and lied to them and said that something was happening in that embassy. And so you're basically using a lie to back up another lie. And it's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But it's 2020. It's the election year, so expect that. You're going to expect a whole lot more of that. We're going to go over there and protect our embassy. First of all, it's those people's land. It's not your land. We shouldn't even be there. You shouldn't even have an embassy there unless those people invited you. They didn't invite us. They fight us. Okay? We need to get our people and get them the hell out of that country, because it's not us. It's a violation that we even have people there. But they got to get people reared up. They got to get them excited, yelling and screaming. And that's how they break people. All right, the Joel Osteen Church was a basketball arena. Ooh, the summit. That makes sense, Lori. People believe. As long as people believe, these things get bigger and bigger. Getting big comes with sense of obligation to help more people. And that's when goals get instilled on the masses. It does. It comes with that responsibility, Cheryl, and that obligation. You're bigger so you can help more people. And that's what a business is. It's about like designing solutions to fix things. But they do the exact opposite, because you make more money breaking things and not fixing them. So if you become a big corporation in a country that allows you to have secrets and everybody needs to work for you to pay for their bins in their house, then yeah, they're going to break things and they're going to pretend to fix them because you just make more money with planned obsolescence than you do with solving more problems. Like we were talking about Nikola Tesla the other day. What were we talking about? How Nikola Tesla was naive. I mean, he was a genius, freaking phenomenal genius, just genius, and just in 99.2% of the categories. When it came to trusting rich people, he was stupid, dumb as hell, the smartest man on the planet, He done made 80% of the technology here, from your cell phone to your car to your watch and your Wi-Fi device and everything. Smart house, made all of that. Makes everything go. But dumb as hell, naive when it came to JP Morgan. And the problem is, and the reason I made that post, is because we still are naive. We still are gullible. We still are trusting of power and money, and those who have the most power and money. We're still trusting and loving of this 0.01%. We are still Babylonians. Well, we're barbarians, but we pretend we're Babylonians because they killed our ancestors and gave us this lifestyle. But he was naive, and we got to stop being naive. Oh, no, actually, we don't have to stop. Never mind. Again, I can tell you, nobody would do. We can stay exactly how we are. We just have to embrace that extinction, because we're going to corrupt the gene pool. If we're, you can't have species that are just dumb making it. The planet needs to wipe us out and make something smarter if we're not smart enough. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, Brenda. Let me see. I'm gonna try to get down the comments as fast as I can. Brother Adam, I want to actually sync up. Ayers Rockway, I'm way back in comments. I erased myself from this evil edifice. Oh, Friedman. Oh yeah, Friedman. I know who you are. Yeah, you know what? I'm on Facebook. I'm fine with Facebook. I like. It doesn't bother me. I get who they are. I get what they're trying to do. And I understand the environment that they have to operate. So they're going to do what they got to do. It's us. We are what's wrong with Facebook. I don't have an issue with Facebook. We are what's wrong with Facebook. We agree with a government that forces them to censor certain topics and certain people. Or we're allowing big, massive monopolies of corporations to dictate what's true and what's not true. Either way, we consent to it. So I'm not upset with Facebook. The only thing that needs change is us, and our change needs to be consciousness. It's 500 million animals, 500 million. Yes, Patricia, because we usually don't learn till that pendulum is swung all the way, and animals are gone, the ecosystem's destroyed, and there's no turning it back, and everything collapses. And then people are like, we need to save the planet. We need to save the world. We need to save the world. We're going to stop voting. We're going to force the government to do what they're supposed to do. It's going to be like, too late. The bees gone, the bugs gone, the mosquitoes gone, the birds is gone, the crops won't grow, the land is poisoned, the water is toxic, and radiation everywhere. It's already too late. It's collapsing. Right? The asteroid is on its way. Like, these are things we have to be preemptive. We have to be smart enough, because the government is just us. It's just us. And as long as we agree with these like ignorant conflicts between these political parties, as long as we play, as long as you pull on that Chinese finger trap, as long as you fighting the Republican, Democrat, fighting the Democrat, as long as you doing it, we waiting to die. That's all we doing. Now's the time to talk to people. Now's the time to talk and grow the hell up. Now's the time to do the exact opposite of what your politician tells you. Do the exact opposite of what the television tells you. It's time to grow up. Understand, it's the boob tube for boobs, and not the delicious, nutritious ones. Did Chris say that the other day? I know I'm getting in trouble on this one. Brother Chris said that the other day, Chris Lewis. He said, yeah, we need to accept the truth. That some of y'all know what I'm talking about. He said that the breast and the nipples are for the babies. We gotta put them first. And I was like, yeah, Chris. And maybe it's my indoctrination. I'm fighting. I got some issues I'm dealing with. Yes, I say put children first. I do. I say it every day. Put them first. But you better not be in front of me and lying from no nice, delicious. All right. I'm gonna say, you know what? Listen, kids can have some, but there's some lines you gotta wait. Sometimes you have to wait your turn. Right? Even the lions got that set up. With the big lion eat first. Big lion eat first, and everything. All right, I'm not going that because Daniel's gonna come in. Daniel actually takes the breast milk and he fights the baby over it right out the bottle. Anyway. But yes, no, that's true. And I'm just joking. I'm sitting out. Okay, I'm not really joking. But yes, that's what it's for. Right? Like, we should have stopped. And that's the epiphany in that. We should have stopped when we realized that the infant meal had glyphosate in it. We needed to stop when you literally carcinogens in the baby bottle. And the bottle was made of carcinogens. We should have had a paradigm shifting epiphany at that point that this is not a baby formula making company. Something is wrong with these people, right? When the water companies, they're not actually water companies. They're not selling the water. They don't own the water free. You just don't own the land. They bought the land from you and the rights. Yeah, they didn't own the water. They don't make water. They ain't got no water factory or nothing. They're just a plastic bottle selling company, and they put something free in it. They might as well be selling you air. And I think somebody doing that. Come to think, dang it, I think somebody doing it. Aren't they selling air now? Like California, don't they have like air bars or something? Somebody mentioned to me where they open the can and they breathe air or something. Or is that what vaping is? I don't even know what vaping is. It's just crazy to me because we thought it was crazy back in the 80s when they said, oh, we're gonna start selling water. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah. Y'all gonna put the free stuff, like the stuff that we pee in, the stuff that chocolate down the tree. Y'all gonna take that and put it in the bottle, people gonna buy that. They gonna buy it, they gonna buy you water. Now look at us today, like, damn it, I ain't got enough water. Catch me in the grocery store today. I got like 8 bottles of water. I always look like it's an apocalypse when I go to the grocery store because I drink that bottle of water. I don't touch that tap. But maybe they did that. I bet you they might find out in 30, 40 years, because this is how that crony stuff works. They poison the water intentionally to get people to buy bottled water. I believe it. I believe it. They're like, Aquafina was caught giving money to get government to put chlorine and fluoride, and they were dumping bottles of Viagra in the water. Just so the test scores, the test in the water would go up, and everybody says, Viagra in the water is Ritalin and Prozac, and I'm buying bottled water. Here I am. I don't trust nobody. That's what I'm saying. I don't trust them. That's what JP, not JP Morgan, that's what, who was it? Rockefeller did with Standard Oil. Cronyism. We're always being played on all angles. As long as big corporations have secrets, as long as big government has secrets, nothing good is gonna happen. You can't vote for people that lie to you. You can't vote for people who are deceitful. It's a completely stupid, ridiculous idea to vote for people lying for you. Do you vote for children that lie to you? When you know your child is lying, do you vote for them? They come home, like the teacher call you at work. Or you get that email pop up now. Teachers don't have to call no more. We got some technology now. You get the pop up and your son got an E on this test. What the hell? Oh, wait till I get home. We're gonna take the game station, the game box, this, that, or you ain't going outside. We ain't doing kids don't like to go outside anyway. And you get home and your son look at you and like, what'd you get on that test? And your son look at you and say, oh, I did okay. You did okay. And at that point, you say, okay, well, go get some cake, baby. Go on, yeah, go get some cake. You know what? Here, you play your games. You do what you need to do, boo-boo. Good job. Or do you say, no, I got an email from the FBI that says you lying. I got a Freedom of Information Act request from your teacher that said you got an E. What happens when you don't punish your children? You make a monster. Same thing happens when you vote for a deceitful, lying government. Same damn thing. You get a California where they got forest fires everywhere and they turn everybody's power off. Okay, that's just how it works. All right. What's my age, Megs? I don't count age anymore. Age is it's a nocebo effect. It's a nocebo effect. You're not supposed to count your ages. I am 29. In fact, nope, take that back. Because I didn't have my abs. I was like, I'm 21. Going on 22, because that's when your stem cells shut down at what, 21? I'm 20. And that's it. And I'm not, and that's it. Because when you count your age, then you're grouped up with other people. You take on that identity, like we're talking about earlier, and you have a nocebo effect. Because then now you're 52, you know you're supposed to have some cancer. You're gonna make your own cancer. That's what's gonna happen. I'm 52, everybody else got cancer. I guess I got to have cancer too. And then your body makes it. It's a subconscious thing. It's just how your body works. Oh no, I am 21. That ain't changing. People who tell your age hate you. You see that right there? He hate me. That man right there, he hate me. And they ain't free. He lying. That's a club name. He lying. That's a social media name. That ain't his name. I know his name. Don't ever say nobody's age. It's a horrible thing. You are as old as you are. We used to work and die in the fields at 91, pushing the plow. We can be that again. But we got to stop with the sedentary lives, and we got to understand what a placebo and nocebo effect is. I know I'm in trouble too. I was on they're talking about quantum physics. I was on some quantum physics thread, because like I said, I don't have a life. I like doing this. I'm kind of a nerd. I pretend I'm not, but I'm a geek. I'm not going to. I try to pretend I'm cool. I'm not. My kids, they know me. They see me coming a minute ago like, Dad is not cool as he says he is. Dad, he act like he cool. He ain't cool. That man is not cool. I was watching his quantum physics talk, and he was kind of explaining how, because I talk about the double slit experiment, and that there's a lot of frou-frou around this, and consciousness is not connected to observation of humans with consciousness. It's more connected to measurement, right? Because how that it changes the experiment, because they're basically saying all the gurus who are jumping in and saying this is consciousness affects and changes your world. They're saying that's not true. That's not true, because measurement does. And the truth is nobody knows. Nobody knows. And I had to comment on the thread, so I'll probably have people coming down my, oh, that didn't even sound right. I wasn't gonna say that. I'll probably have people coming at me. Which is that we don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference between science and making stuff up because you have a following on social media or you've got a job to do. There's a difference. We got to be honest about the things we simply don't know. So in that experiment, the first way they worded it, if you don't understand, they said, well, it's, they said the observer changed the experiment. So we're saying the observer actually determines things at the quantum level. And these particular scientists are saying that's not true. They're saying people are going too far with consciousness and that's not the aspect, that when you just measure it with a device, that changed the double slit experiment. Consciousness is not a part of it because they're trying to say consciousness doesn't exist. And I had to reply on that. I said, first of all, there are a lot of things that we don't know. We need to be honest about that. So there are a couple ways we can say that. One, you can say that everything is conscious. Right? Consciousness is attached to everything. Rocks, measurement devices, things we make, plants, trees, animals, and humans. And that just interacting in the field with everything else modifies it. Two, you could say that, yeah, creatures with consciousness, when they observe it, they modify it. Well, three, you could say that, well, when you look at the paper, you change the experiment. How does that make any sense? You looked at the data, because like nobody was observing. There was no conscious people. They did the slit experiment, the device measured it and printed it out. And then we all looked at the spreadsheet together. But the minute you looked at it, you could have went in time and changed it, because we know consciousness has no limits in time, right? That's been proven with deja vu, right? Deja vu told you that you were a time traveler. You just don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do it. That's all. But your consciousness literally is going back and forth in time. And we know that. And then a placebo effect told you that. And the nocebo effect told you that. But this is the problem with being just a quantum physicist or just a physicist and not a doctor. Right? Not professionals, not a biologist, not a chemist, not all of these things work together, which is why it's silly that you divide science up into these categories, which makes no sense because it's all related, interconnected. So we just don't know. And that's the good thing about today is we know enough to know that we just don't know. And we also know enough to know there's a lot of people out there faking. There are some people out there that fake don't know they're faking too. But we just gotta be honest. We just don't know. And it's a beautiful thing that comes out of not knowing. Because when you don't know, then you don't have any leaders. Nobody can lead you if they don't know. Right? The guy was upset at me. You're trying to be some kind of a leader or something. It's like, no, actually I'm not. I tell these people almost every day, do not follow me. You are stupid. You were stupid. No, press the follow me button. Yes, press the follow me button and press the subscribe button. Damn it, press the like and share button. But don't follow me in that way. Listen to the things that I say. And if it makes sense, press the little heart, press the like. If it doesn't make any damn sense, press the angry button. The only way we get better is we're honest with each other. If you come here to follow me because you like me or something, you want to just clap and whatever, you think I'm silly, you're not helping me. I mean, I appreciate your attendance, but you're not helping me get any smarter. We only get smarter when we're honest with each other. We become a hive mind. We are great together, but with a leader, we're five, right? And that's what being honest and actually admitting that we don't ever know as much as we think we know. It means that we have a flat world. We have the earth is flat. Yes, it is. This is going to segue into the earth. We have a flat world. We have a flat world in terms of like management. All you got is people. That's it. All you got is people, no leaders, no followers, no masters, no slaves, just people, because none of us really know as much as we think we do. Good morning, Sharon. Anybody want to look at the news today? The founding fathers didn't have a two-party system. No, they didn't, Fatima, but America was designed to be this way. America was designed, and what people are starting to see, like I think the founding fathers were onto something with freedom, but they failed. They failed miserably. First of all, they had a bad idea with not understanding that women were people too, and people with different skin were people too, and poor whites were actually people too. I like to tell it that way because people don't get it. When they first set up America, only the landowners could vote, and the vast majority of white males did not own land, and so they couldn't vote. That's why you shouldn't be fighting white people. White people don't exist. All we have are barbarians across the world, and some of the barbarians were great enough that Babylon and the Roman Empire, they dominated them that they became landowners, the sellouts, and they were on top, and they hide in bigger groups of other people. So I think they were onto something, but the model of capitalism will do this. This is why I used to be a capitalist, and I'm no longer interested in capitalism at all. Because I can be wrong, and I'm gonna be honest about that. Capitalism is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. It's communism, socialism, all the isms. None of the isms work. They all gotta go. When you build a world where everybody needs money and you got power and greed, then that starts to define who people become. They literally become the conflict of the environment. And then they all judge each other on who's greedier, which is really stupid because again, human beings are like H2O. They become their environment. We either fix the environment or we wait till the end takes us all. But yeah, I think they were onto something. What's happening in the world today? Or what's happening on the TV? Say it another way. Not what's happening in the world today. What's happening on the TV? Is there anything important? Anything that a conscious person or a person trying to become conscious should be interested in? Vassals and enemies, U.S. foreign policy in 2019. Right? That 2019 policy is the same as 2018 policy, same as 2016, same as 1776. Same. It's always been the same since the very beginning. Domination, power, colonization, kill people and steal what they have. Like, I'm watching The Witcher now. Y'all should watch The Witcher. I don't even understand. I don't understand. It's hard. It's hard to understand. I keep restarting episodes because it's deep. It's just too much. It's too much. I might not even finish it. Maybe y'all shouldn't even watch it. It's just a lot. But so one thing he keeps saying in there, because I keep missing things. Like when I watch, I don't watch to watch most times. When I watch things, I'm analyzing because I can't shut it off. And I'm trying to understand the characterization, who did what, did that, and everybody got all these names and stuff. And I keep getting confused. And plus I'm doing other things at the same time. He keeps saying that he kills monsters for coin. That's his thing. Kills monsters for coin. So he won't kill people, but he'll kill a monster. And some people are monsters, but most monsters are just monsters. And then some monsters act more people-ish, which is interesting. I think they're going somewhere with that. But he kills monsters for coin. And in my nation, we kill weak people for oil. We kill the meek for drugs. We kill the helpless for land. We do a lot of things we shouldn't be doing. And there's another epiphany for you right there. So yeah, the foreign policy's never changed because it's based in conflict, right? We can change the world, we're just choosing not to. Pull my finger, more bizarre sports. Oh Lord. That's not a sport. That's a trick. I almost have to click on that. That might be important. Your grandfather got you in that. Pull my finger. Don't ever pull his finger.
World of Sports with Steve Christakis for the last time of this
What are we
decade
doing now?
and this year. Steve, it's almost time for a unique event in sports.
Yeah, everybody looks forward to this on New Year's Day, actually. Check it out. The final preparations are underway for the NHL's Winter Classic on New Year's Day. And this year, the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas is the place to be for the annual outdoor event where the Dallas Stars will take on the Nashville Predators. The rink has been completed for the teams to get a New Year's Eve practice in and a feel for the unique setting ahead of the big game, where an estimated crowd of 85,000 is expected. And this will be the third Winter Classic held in a college football stadium and 12th overall. One of those other two college venues was the Big House at the University of Michigan, where the record for the largest crowd ever at an NHL game was set with more than 105,000 in attendance. While the Cotton Bowl won't beat that, it is expected to be the second biggest NHL crowd of all time. And with 2020 on the horizon, AP has named its male and female athlete of the decade. And the king reigns supreme. LeBron James was bestowed the honor of the best male athlete over the past 10 years, and rightfully so. During the span, the 35-year-old made 8 straight NBA Finals appearances, winning 3 of them. And while taking MVP honors in all 3, he also won the regular season MVP 3 times. And no player has scored more points or won more games overall in the past decade than James.
This is the bread and circus. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Went down in Germany. Here, take a look. The expression "pull my finger" takes on a whole new meaning after this one. The 60th annual Finger Wrestling Championships took place in a Bavarian village where 167 participants decked out in traditional costume took part in a competition to see who can pull the hardest on the other's finger. The way it works is 2 people sit across from one another at a table, both holding on to a small leather ring with their middle finger attached. And now the first to let go of the ring is dragged across the table sometimes, flies over the table, who knows, they lose. Plenty of beer is involved, of course, as spectators enjoy themselves while taking in the action. The nearly 200-pound heavyweight category is said to be the premier class, and whoever wins that is considered the best finger wrestler in the world. The contest is not for the weak or frail, as cuts, friction burns, and broken or dislocated fingers are very common injuries, and legend has it that the sport was invented to settle disputes in the old days in the Alps. Did you hear that? The sport was set.
Well, I mean, what else are they going to? They don't have anything else to.
See, and I stopped right there. I was about to make some jokes. I'm not making jokes. I'm not, because these people are more wise than my country. All right, that's why. They're settling disputes by pulling each other's fingers. Do you know how sentient that is by comparison to ultimate fighting, to boxing, to war? These people are genius. Where was this? Belgium? Where are these people at? This is where sentient people are being born.
It was invented to settle disputes in the old days in the Alps. Did you hear that? The sport was set.
Well, I mean, what else are...
In the Alps. Fantastic thing. Great thing. Yeah, that's important news. That is important news. Now, the first part of it was Ivana. She probably ran away. It was the bread and circus. But it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense to settle disputes in peaceful means. It makes sense. It is stupid. I agree with you. I'm not saying it's stupid, Lord. I'm saying it's more sentient. See what I'm saying? I didn't say it wasn't stupid. We not selling anything like quantum physics. Is it consciousness or is it measurement? Which one is it? I don't know. Pull my finger. We get to fighting. Oh, okay. Obviously, it's consciousness. Okay. But then again, what are debates? Everybody wants to prove they're right, and they don't go on truthful information. I'm just saying it's more sentient than what's happening around me. That's all I'm saying. It's dumb as hell. But then again, we're 98% monkeys, and this is pretty good for monkeys, y'all. This is because monkeys, they don't pull each other's fingers. They still beat the hell out of, not the bonobos, but the chimps. They still beat the hell out of each other like we do. So people get upset. They get in arguments. They fight and debate. What do? They don't pull each other's fingers. They pull out each other's fists, and that's going to determine who was right. That's why I'm not involved in the world. I'm in my own world. This is why I don't leave the house. People ask, you're a hermit. Yes, I am. That's why you don't leave the house. You don't go to New Year's parties. You don't go get this groove on. You no, because somebody want to pull my damn finger, and I don't want to dislocate it. Monkeys don't know how to act, y'all. Monkeys don't know how to act. And I don't have no six-pack both fine, but I can take care of myself. And I don't like getting mad at people. I don't like getting mad at people. I like people, love people. They get out there, gets to drinking and acting stupid, dumb things happen, and then my old Washington, D.C. side come out. I don't want it coming out. I'd rather sit in the safety of my own home and watch The Witcher, not understand it, but get the parts I understand, get some good quotes on Facebook. He said some deep things, y'all. He said some deep things on there. The Queen, I think I posted something last night. What else we got? Anything else important? Let me see. Media theme. 2019 Trump derangement. Oh, you think they're going to Trump TDS again? You think are they going to do TDS again? They're going to play that episode again? Oh, I missed that lady. The lady who was yelling. She was like, no. Oh, it's not funny. I shouldn't be laughing. It's hilarious to me. It is. That people take that all seriously. Like, that's a paradigm shift. Donald Trump is president. No. She was yelling. Good Lord. So anyway, in the real world, what else we got? That's not in the real world. Unfortunately, no, they don't care who the American president is, people. Please, calm down. Please don't do the TDS again. They don't care. Bankers could care less. All they do is change the address and the person who they send the letter and the check to. And they read the letter. Like, who y'all want to put in office? Who y'all want? Let me find a sheet of paper. Who y'all want to put in office? I'll pretend this is a sheet of paper. Who y'all want to put in office? Okay, I don't know. Pick one. Who's the most anti-war candidate? Who's is AOC running? Is she running? She probably anti-war. Who's the other one? I don't think any anti-war Republicans. It's not their turn to do that. But plus, they already know that they already won. They didn't win, but they know Trump won. And Trump is kind of in this weird dude in the middle of the Democrats and Republicans. But he loves war. Unfortunately, dropping bombs. Well, okay, I'll be honest. Let's be. We don't know what happens at that level of government. Let's just say it that way. All I'm saying is whoever gets into office, which is gonna be Trump, it's gonna be Trump. I know y'all mad at Trump, but hey, they've already decided that. That's been decided a long time ago. He's making them a lot of money. And besides, they had the impeachment thing. And y'all know the impeachment thing. Yeah, we're gonna do Tulsi in a minute. They had the impeachment thing. So you know what that did? Y'all know what it did. You know what it did, right? When y'all impeached him, did y'all see the video? Who posted that? Daniel? Did y'all see the video? I don't know if I can play it. Oh my gosh, there's no question that man, he already won. Because y'all pissed a bunch of people off and they were already charismatic on him. He was God to them already. He was Jesus and came again, but you're not gonna walk on the water because you don't want nobody to see him walking on water just yet. It's not for you to see just yet. He gonna sing, he gonna drink the water. The impeachment did the same thing for Trump and his support that saying Obama wasn't American did, right? Because what it did, it pissed people off. And this is the problem with playing the monkey game. There's two monkeys and they got their fingers in the Chinese finger trap. The more you pull, the harder they gonna pull. So y'all impeached them and you know what they gonna do next. They gonna show up at that poll and they gonna beat the hell out you because there's no such thing as bad press. It made him a victim. Exactly. That's the same thing with Michelle Obama and Lord, is Patricia Hauser here. And the penis thing, right? Because that's what it does. But that's why they do this. They do this to play the monkeys because y'all don't seem to figure out how this world. Well, y'all know how the world works. The rest of the people have no idea how the world works. So he already won again, but let's just say, for example, you got Tulsi in there. Let's say it's next year. You get Tulsi in there. Oh, I got a letter. Is that how Tulsi talks? How does she talk? She kind of cute though, but it don't matter how cute she is. That's not how America works. Oh, I got a letter in the mail. What is this? Oh, who is this from? Federal Reserve stockholders. Why would Congress's Federal Reserve be sending me a letter? And she get to read in the letter, you will be starting wars. You're going to invade Venezuela. You're going to invade Bolivia. Bolivia has lithium we need to steal. Venezuela has the oil the Koch brothers already paid for. And I'm going to start these wars. It doesn't really matter how I do it. You thank me for my service of running on an anti-war platform, but that is not how America works. Unfortunately, we've got a central banking system that requires war so that the dummies in Congress can pay back fractional reserve banking, in which they never print enough money to actually pay it back to begin with. Love your Federal Reserve, which is not yours. It's a international banking cartel that holds the American currency leverage. And if you don't do what we say, our options are kill you and everybody you know, or collapse the American currency, whichever one you like the most. And what's Tulsi gonna do? That's just how power and money works. It's how power, and if she pulls a JFK, she gonna take that route. It's like a choose your own adventure. Doesn't matter who the president is. Money and power run your world until you figure that out. And I was confirming this the other day because I read laws. That's my biggest problem. I don't trust monkeys. I read laws. I was oh Lord, there go Patricia. What the damn squash? That's not a squash. What is it? Eggplant. I was talking to a banker from New York just the other day, confirming it. The Federal Reserve is absolutely not a federal organization. You can read the law. You don't need to talk to a banker to know that. It is an international, it is a corporation based in Washington, D.C., but it has 12 departments. Those 12 departments, because Tony says this all the time, and I'm really, after I read the law, I understand it now. I understand a lot more of it, but they write the law so people can't understand it. It's got 12 departments that print the money in the United States, and J.P. Morgan required that they all have sellable stock so they can be owned and have shareholders that make the decisions. And that only banks could buy those stock. If you want to vote, then that's the vote that's going to count. You want to cast a vote that counts, you need to take on the Federal Reserve. That's the only thing that's going to count. Leverage determines what happens. They hold the U.S. currency ransom. Period. End of story. End of story. We can do politics, but it'll be long after power and money don't control the system. Short of that, you're not trying to change a paradigm. You're just playing ego games and fighting the other side. And to me, I don't have time for that. I'm too old for that. I'm 21. Damn it. 21, you should know by now. I done lived in America 21 years of my life. And I know by now that I ain't messing around with that. And it took me a while to get it. Now, I thought you Federal Reserve people was crazy for a minute. Most of my life, I was like, capitalism. And I was half the time I was with the Democrats, the other time I was with the Republicans, then I was with the Green Party, and nothing was changing. I was pushing walls and pulling levers and everything I could, working with campaigns and talking to representatives, and nothing was changing. It's killing more people, putting more people in cages, bombing more people, and it wasn't slowing down. And after a while, you get to realize that politics doesn't run the show. That's just a distraction to get the people who just don't get it supporting and consenting to the system. All right, what else we got? Anything important? So yes, there will be plenty more TDS going into the next year. No question about that. But also, what's the opposite of TDS? That's derangement syndrome, and you got the people who love him, think Jesus Christ walk on water, and the Federal Reserve doesn't exist. All right, media has been spreading propaganda about Syria. Of course they have, because they need to invade, they need to put in the pipeline. That was already decided in order to pay back the loan, not to pay back the loan, pay back portions of the loan. The billionaires need billions coming in because they're trillionaire families. They need the money coming from America, and the only way they get that is people start paying back on the loan that we will never pay back. That happens through war and corporations making money from war. It's how your world works. Your world does not work on love and empathy and kindness and sweetie pie stuff and cute talking points. It's not how it works. Be an adult, it's time to grow up. New Views, the year 2019 review. What y'all want to watch? Y'all want to watch any of this? I'm not excited for a lot. China trade war to Iran, tensions, U.S. foreign policy and review. Once again, the foreign policy ain't never changed. Every single president, they tell them what the policy's going to be, and they do it. Just like the banks send those letters that WikiLeaks found with Obama, telling them exactly who your cabinet's going to be. Your presidents are not in control of any of this, and you can tell by Obama's cabinet and what he said. Complete opposite. And you can tell by Trump's cabinet by what he said and who he picked. Complete opposites. He didn't even like him. And that's the funny thing about, at least Obama pretended he liked his cabinet. He pretended they were working together and stuff. And that Trump, he's like, I hate this guy. I'll fire him. Like, how much more information do you need? American presidents don't run anything. Epstein case, 2019 major scandal. 2019's major scandals. You know what? Those are the major popular scandals. Major scandals don't make it on TV. That's my 21 years in the country. That's what it taught me. Hong Kong protests expected to continue into 2020. Thank God. Hopefully they continue into 2021 hopefully the Americans stand up and start to protest. Oh no, I got my yellow vest. I'm waiting to go. I'm wearing red, ready to go. Oh wait, but I ain't going to everybody show up. If everybody show up, I'll be there. Short of that, I don't have time. I'm not going to fight the Republicans. I'm not going to fight the Democrats. I'm not going to fight the prayer boys. I'm not going to fight the Bernie bros. I have no interest in fuggles. fake struggles. I have no interest in fake struggles. When we're ready to paradigm shift and change the world to your little baby tweaks because you want to run Babylon or you want to get more scraps from the table of Babylon, that's between you and what's wrong with you. I love you to death, but I'm just not there no more. Was 2019 Boeing's downfall? No, Boeing makes way too much money. Boeing is not downfalling in 2019. Or and if they do, they're just gonna hand it to somebody else. What can UK expect from 2020? The same thing they can expect from 2019. Nothing has changed in terms of the world paradigm, how things work in geopolitics. More info needed on US embassy attack before blaming Iran. Former Pentagon official. I think we might have to touch on that because I have no idea what happened. I'm assuming it's the same general thing. We have our security agencies over there stirring up trouble because it's an election year. There's something they got to do. If they keep these countries in conflict, then they never evolve out of the third world. And that's part of how we make our money, by destroying countries, keeping them in the third and the fourth world unless they do what we want, which is to put in puppet governments and agree with everything with America because we did the finger pull contest thing and we won. We got a bigger military, so it obviously must mean we're right. We got more voters, so obviously it must mean that they read, and I think it's not that. I want to click on that.
When we think dinosaurs, we tend to think of the animals of the Cretaceous and Jurassic. Movie star dinos like T-Rex, Velociraptor.
All right, dinosaurs are important, and not for the reason that they're saying. I don't even know what this is about, but I like dinosaurs. You know why dinosaurs aren't here anymore? This guy right here. I like Michio Kaku. He's one of my favorite theoretical physicists. You know what he likes to say? Dinosaurs didn't have a space program. That's why you don't see that out your bedroom window. They did not have a space program. They did not realize that oh, wait a minute, maybe they did. They could have. I mean, you know, they talk about the reptilians and stuff. Maybe some of them flew away. I don't know. But you don't see that. He didn't have a space program. He's dead, right? And it's going to be in the year 4257, a praying mantis looking guy right now pointing at the picture of a human. He'll be pointing at the picture of a monkey. Monkey becoming human, something like that. I don't know. Human. Humans are not here anymore. Why aren't humans here? It's because they didn't have a space program. They had a Line A government that lied about everything about space and everything they found, and they stayed in conflict over geopolitics, and when that asteroid came, they all died. And so now the only humans we got, because we still got dinosaurs there in the shape of birds, they're gonna I don't know, pick up a shrew or something like, this is what humans are now. This is what happened to the mammals. Y'all, if we don't grow up and we don't make a resource-based economy, it's gonna be like a praying mantis with them little eyes that cock eyes everywhere. If we don't actually do better than the humans, we're gonna share their fate. And that's depressing to some people, and I don't know why that's depressing. It makes sense. If you don't discover sentience, start working together, make a space program, get off this rock trying to kill us instead of trying to stop climate change. I'm so done with the climate change. I'm so done with y'all. I have no idea what's. Just don't trust your television. Don't trust it. Use your brain. Use your brain. If you don't see any dinosaurs, then stop trying to fight staying here. You don't get to stay here. You got a space program. Get the government, stop lying about it. Create a real space agency, not a NASA, so we know what's true. Get an organization that combats whistleblowers. When someone that used to work for NASA says NASA's lying, there's structures on the moon, that there's aliens out there and they found life multiple times on Mars, and you need someone to tell you the truth so we can think how we're supposed to think. They lied to you to control you. If you make a space agency that takes on whistleblowers, I'm with you. You make a government that doesn't pretend whistleblowers don't exist and never address them, so they can create all these other liars and whatever, so that the population don't actually know what's going on. You're just waiting for extinction. You're stupid. Nah, it's the wrong word. Ignorant. And I'm done being ignorant. I'm 21. What the hell would I be ignorant for?
Let's begin this hour with the developing situation out of the Middle East. Right now, hundreds of protesters are attempting to storm the U.S. embassy in Baghdad, demanding its closure. Officials say over 20 people have so far been injured in the unrest. All this comes after American
Why would they do that? And why would they be arrested? Somebody answer that question. I don't know. If somebody came to your house and set up an embassy in your house, would you be upset? They came in, they started knocking your closet down. We need to build an embassy here. Yeah, you'd be at the door too, the closet door, like, what y'all doing in my house? What the hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all don't live here. Y'all don't even look like anybody live here. Look at your skin. Look at your hair. You look like you came from Africa and Europe. You don't belong here. You should look like us. You don't even look like, y'all need to go home now. I don't know why y'all here building embassies. When people want you to go home, go home. We're house guests that just can't get a clue. Like, you have people in your house and you want them to like get a clue, like you just need them to leave, and they don't pick up on the hints. Like, you ever go out on a date just trying to send some hints like, yeah, I need you to go. And people don't get the hints. You know, people in marriages, they try to send hints like grinding up glass. You can see like, you know, your okra soup has got little shiny things in it. These are little hints that you're not welcome anymore. You should really think about going. So yeah, this is not a bad thing. So you're not attacking me. People say, well, they're attacking our embassy. They're attacking the United States sovereign land. It's not United States sovereign land. We literally blew up their country, murdered and raped and stole the land and put in a puppet government and then built an embassy in a place where nobody wanted it. They don't even want us over there. I don't even think most of the people live over there in tribal ways have any interest in like embassies and like the Rothschilds world setup for like embassies, and they don't even care about that stuff. They're like, listen, this is our land, y'all need to go. You're welcome. This one has run out. So our government, by their government, I mean our government, our puppet government, who's robbing them for their oil, and they've lived there for thousands of years. Their puppet government's putting them in prison because they're saying it's time for America to go home. I just think it's time for America to come home. Why? Because this is why I always get banned on Facebook, because I say, I actually believe supporting the troops is listening to veterans. They don't like that, and it's true. You want to support the troops? Listen to the veterans. That's it. You want to know what's happening in war? Listen to the people who's been there, not the ignorant little politicians sitting behind the desk and that work with Lockheed Martin and Raytheon and these corporations that need to blow bullets up and rob your children of the future to make them slaves paying back fractional reserve debts that they'll never be able to pay back. We just don't seem to get it. Like, patriotism, America! You have no idea. These people are not on your side. You need to let that go.
Bombing raids in Iraq and Syria killed 25 over the weekend. With all the latest, here's RT's Paula Sleer live for us in Tel Aviv. Paula, what else can you tell us?
Well, as we speak, the situation continues to unfold. Tensions are incredibly tight on the ground as we speak. We know earlier that the U.S. embassy staff, including the ambassador, were evacuated from the compound, but we are hearing from eyewitnesses that there is still smoke at the compound. There are still several hundred people there who are trying to storm, and we have been receiving reports of American soldiers on the main roof of the compound building. All of this coming as Iraqi security forces continue to fire tear gas at protesters. Now, many of them were
see, this is the problem. You firing tear gas the wrong way. You dummy. You're supposed to be in the crowd firing at the embassy. Like, y'all need to go. My people who I work for, these are my people. They don't want y'all here, so y'all need to go. That's how that should work. They should not, like, what are you talking about? Firing tear gas? You don't tear gas. You just tear gas, make them cry. That's it. The ambassador didn't need to cry. Because you know why he took a job and she took a job to go to somebody else's country and tell them what to do. You need to go home. That's what the Iraqi Defense Force should be doing. That's their name. They should be defending the Iraqis, not the Americans. Nope, time for you to go home. You need to close that mess up. Get your oil companies, get your trucks, your tanks, your bombs, and all of that. You need to go. We want to be friends with Iran. That's our business. And I think that could probably be one of the best things that could come out of this. We go home. Neighbors start acting neighborly again. That's always a good thing. It's a good thing in my neighborhood. It's a good thing with America and Canada and Mexico. It was a good thing with Iran and Iraq. If they want to be neighbors and neighborly, then we shouldn't be carrying on this more Iran-Contra nonsense where we fund both sides and we keep everybody in conflict because we like money. Because we're cannibals and we thrive on murdering people and using fossil fuels from their grounds where they live for energy. That's cannibalism. Yeah.
participating in funerals earlier on Tuesday that were held for some of the victims of the Sunday night airstrikes carried out by the United States. And when those funerals ended, the processions made their way through to the American Embassy compound. Earlier, the American ambassador to Baghdad was summoned for an explanation of the American strikes that hit some 5 targets belonging to the Kataib Hezbollah armed group. Now, this is a group that came about after the American invasion of Iraq. In recent times, it has repeatedly been targeting American forces. It's also been the main Shia group involved in fighting against Islamic State in both Iraq and in Syria.
I'm sorry. So that, you know, this is oh Lord, this is the. I didn't know where to start with that. That's why I don't watch the news. It's so predictable. You already know. You already know what they're going to say. So it wasn't the CIA this time, where it was part of them. They pissed the Hamas and these people off, and so they sending U.S. jets, blew a bunch of stuff up, and killed a bunch of people. I mean, let me ask you this: if you upset with what I said, if I don't know, you were at work one day, and say your kids stayed home from school, I don't know, it's playing hooky or something, mad at you because you go to work and you need to be home because you had them and it's your job to raise them, but you want to go work in a forced labor job. You get a call at work, ring, answer the phone. Hey, Mr. Johnson, your children are all dead. Yeah, Iraq, sent some airplanes in, and they were going after somebody who lived next door, and they blew the house up and they murdered your kids too. We're sorry, but they're dead. Would you go to work the next day? Would you just say, oh, okay, well, that's what Iraq does. It's okay. Would you go to work the next day, or would you go to the embassy? Would you go to the place where the jets were coming from? So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you put yourself in other people's shoes, you can make better decisions. When you attach to an identity, you just make yourself a fool. And that's how I began this. Identity people are never honest people. If you have an identity, you'll never be honest. You won't be honest. No, you won't be honest on everything. You might be honest on a lot of things, but if you got an identity, you're not going to be honest. So yeah, I'm kind of done with this. I think I saw everything I needed to see. It's the same thing, same exact thing. We destabilize countries, we start wars, we get people killed, and we blame those people for their countries being destabilized because we got apathetic people at home that are still running and screaming and cheering a flag that's owned by Rothschilds and Rockefellers. I don't see anything else exciting. They said that the Yellowstone volcano is erupting again. That could be a thing, but that's supposed to happen. I mean, once again, we don't put any resources to actually seeing what's happening. You know, what's bringing about our end. We're waiting to become the dinosaurs. So I really don't want to see that. All right, do some comments. I'm gonna get out of here. But you know, the Epiphanies, right? And the CIA whistleblowers, those were Epiphanies, right? Who was it? I always go back to John Perkins. You know, we realized, Confessions of an Economic Hitman, that all these wars were rackets, that they were all economic hitmen. They're corporations that have things they want to rob from those nations to sell on the black market we call Wall Street, so Americans can have better retirements and buy stolen goods at Christmas. Then this is what we're gonna have. So that should be an epiphany that we need a whole new paradigm. A whole new paradigm. Too much blood in this. Way too much blood. All right. Where's some comments? And I'm a roll because we're not ready to shift the paradigm. We haven't had enough epiphanies yet. People still voting for this stuff. They still want to keep the blood flowing so they can get good retirements. Brother Kevin, good morning. How you feeling this morning? Oh, did you ask Citizen Dev how she feeling? How you ask me how I'm feeling, Kevin? I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm all right. You could have asked me, man. Why are you just asking Citizen Deb how she feeling? Huh? And Diana there too. I'm gonna ask Diana how she. This is why I ask how people feel. This is why if I go on a live stream with somebody, I'm on some thing commenting. I just, thumbs up, heart something, because you gotta say hi to everybody. Everybody catch feelings. The last time somebody caught feelings, it ended up in a thread that's like 300 comments long. The one where was Daniel tagged Crystal or something. Crystal, how come you ain't tagged me? Now they got nasty pictures and pornography and all kind of other crazy memes happening down there. Mindfulness, that's a beautiful thing, Kevin. Yes, we got to be mindful. We got to be mindful and try to be more sensing of other people, all people, especially the ones that we're told not to sense the most. And we're told not to sense the Iraqis, which means we need to be sensing the brothers and sisters over there. They need freedom just like we do. Our opportunity to change the world occurs one person at a time. Be present, see the humanity around you, be aware and what contributes to your wellness. Be grateful. Yes, be grateful. Absolutely, brother Kevin. And be saying, be conscious of that, right? Be conscious that our lives are based in blood. I don't lie to myself. I tell myself that all the time. I realize why I have all this privilege, because people die. And while I didn't set this up, I'm gonna be honest about it. I'm gonna live within my means, and I'm gonna do everything I can every day to say we need to change this, y'all. We cannot continue to operate in this fashion. We all gonna die, and we all should die. If we're okay with letting blood rule, whoever can draw the most blood determine what happens on this earth. I question that whole Dino story too. Show us the real bones then. Radiation my butt. Brenda, I question it because you have to. But that's what somebody with common sense does, right? You understand that, well, how do people get grants to go dig up dinosaurs? Well, you get grants from the big corporations, and those big corporations and billionaires, they have identities too. So they're not going to be honest. If your money comes from them, then you can't be honest. You're going to back down when they say back down. And that's what happened to Mary Leakey. I like to talk about Mary Leakey a lot, Brenda. She found human footprints next to dinosaurs. That was the end of her archaeological career, because it didn't go along with the paradigm of wherever she was getting her money from. And so she was banned throughout. So I don't buy the story of the dinosaurs. I kind of think, Brenda, that I don't think they went extinct. Personally, I think they went deep, right? I think the early sailors, when they saw the Kraken, when they came back and told stories of the giant squid and all that stuff, I don't think they were making it up. I think there's some deep stuff in the ocean. You got that big shark down there on that mine. Was that that deep submersible that found that massive shark? That probably was a megalodon that went deep. The world's coming to an end. The rest of the species like, yep, looks like the world's coming to an end again. All the aquatic dinosaurs just went deep. You learn how to live deeper and deeper and deeper. And so the earth blacks out from smoke, smog, ash, whatever, and everything on the surface dies for the most part. The little shrews go in the hole. Maybe a couple birds figure out how to burrow and, become moles or whatever, eat some bugs or whatever. And if you can figure out how to live underground, you can do it. There's seeds that can go dormant for 100 years and they'll make it. There are others can't. There are seeds or there are plants that can use epigenetics and flip their genes and go from being tropical to being frozen, and one of them makes it out of hundreds of billions of plants, and that's how it works. This is an extinction engine. But yeah, I don't think they told the truth on dinosaurs. And besides, there's that tribe and the guy that's looking for Mekele Mbembe, right in Africa, that African tribe that said, oh no, it's a dinosaur down here. But they didn't know it was a dinosaur. They just drew a picture and said, this is here. And we look at it today like, that's a dinosaur, right? Well, who told them what a dinosaur looks like if they didn't actually see a dinosaur? And I think it's the Amazon jungle, something like that. So yeah, I don't think they told the truth. And besides, there was something weird, Brenda, on that. Wasn't there a scientist that found spongy-like tissue in a dinosaur bone? And I think the studies that said something to the effect of, right, it shouldn't be spongy if it's 10 million years old, that this is something that could have only died out, had to be a couple thousand years ago. See, I don't buy none of it. I don't believe I don't believe anything, Brenda, that goes beyond 21 years, right? Because that's how long I've been alive. Been here 21 years. Anything go back before that, I don't know nothing about it. They would lie about it, we wouldn't know. Like Tartaria. We have no idea if Tartaria is if that was a place or not. I don't trust none of them. These are all colonizers and killers. They burn and destroy history, and they tell history, not his story, not all story, but his story. And the person who wins is the greatest psychopath that spills the most blood that wins the war. Can I liven up my live stream Because instead of talking about all the miserable, depressing stuff, no, Susan, I cannot. I cannot. You can't tell me what to do. Now, Susan, tell me what to do. Like, you tell other people what to do. You can't tell me what to do. This ain't depressing. To me, this is actually pretty funny. I did not, so not that the people die or anything. I just think it's funny that we aren't shifting the paradigm. I think it's hilarious. But you know what? It used to be depressing to me. When I didn't realize there were easy answers to fixing the world, when I thought the answers were hard, because I used to believe the TV, this is so hard, we can't stop war. We need to figure out how to make world peace because everybody wants to fight each other. And it's like, no, nobody wants to fight. They're literally pushed into bouts. They are literally put in a ring. Resources are kept from them, and they end up fighting because that's how America stays on top. They keep everybody killing each other, and they got a CIA going around the world to do it. So half the time I'm happy, and it's not depressing to me because I'm happy that we can talk about this now. Not every day, because Facebook, they'll probably ban me tomorrow, so I'll probably say something. But I'm happy that the information's in the public domain now. That's what makes me happy. That's why I laugh half the time, because it's so freaking obvious that we got to go a new direction. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. We have to talk about it, Susan. Anywhere that there is a woman or groups of women being dragged on a roof and put into a damn cage to stop a bombing raid that doesn't stop the bombing raid, we got to talk about it. We got to talk. There ain't no not talking about it. We got to talk about it. When people are dying, we got to talk about it and laugh at us being psychopathically stupid enough not to stop it. That's what we got to talk about. I'm just not the happy place. Not the happy place. To me, it's happy. It's fun. But it's not, we can't avoid things that we have to talk about. And when people are dying, we got to talk about it and laugh at our ignorance. And then hopefully we can change something. I was looking at the Amazon stuff. Oh, that's just some amazing stuff. Did y'all look at the Amazon women the other day? They made it to Russia. That blew my mind. I started reading up on it. I couldn't find too much on it. Why y'all hate women so much? I don't understand y'all. How does... I was doing searches for it. You think it would be like big news. They have everywhere. They found Amazon women in the jungle in Russia. Amazonian women made it all the way up into Russia. I figured there'd be news. It would be on RT. They'd be talking about it. That, patriarchal society just pissed women off so much that they decided to make a tribe in a war and start killing people. Acting like men. And made it all the way to Russia. They fought with the Romans and fought against the Romans, and they were so proud that they got buried with their weapons. Like, that's amazing that they drew so much respect. But then again, I guess that would give too much pride to the idea that women can do what men can do. Little girls can do what men can do. And as well as give credit to the whole point that when you starve people into conflict, when you abuse them into being aggressive, when environment determines who they become, when women can become like soft, gooey, fresh water, or you can put them in zones of conflict from the #1 weapons trafficker in the world, America, and you can turn them into monsters. Those options. In fact, the Romans loved them so much. Here's a picture. Here's the picture right here. Here's a picture. There we go. Right there. This is these are the Amazonian women's in the battle. They revered and respected them so much, and they end up getting buried with their weapons and equipment. That's delicious. That's the truth. To me, that's news. That's news, because then when you promote that news, and then you get the neuroscientists and the psychologists and the social engineers that aren't in government to start talking about how do we stop making warriors, right? How do we let people become beautiful things? That's a wonderful thing. But yeah, I couldn't find anything on it. There was like those simple little articles, no major news agencies that I saw were even talking about it. Guess that's why we don't need the diplomats trying to calm things and build positive relationships anymore. Not our. I used to believe that, Brenda. I used to believe, what was the name of that movie? Denzel Washington. I think it was Denzel Washington, where he was a soldier and they were attacking the embassy. Oh, I used to be such a patriot, Brenda. I used to believe this stuff. I used to believe it so much when I was like 8. Now I'm 21. That we're creating embassies and ambassadors to go and talk about freedom and democracy and work together with the local natives. Bring the pagans food, water, and healthcare. And that is never was happening. They're bringing them drugs and poison, getting them on central banking, making sure that they don't go kill the sellout government that we put in as puppets. And then when the people revolt, they're there to let everybody know that they're bad people doing bad things. We need some U.S. troops to come over here and do more bad things to the people who live there. That's not how my mind works. Not how my mind works. Hawaii is an independent country still, illegally occupied by the United States. It is, Adam. It absolutely is. And then we talked about that. We talked about the states. The states are all independent countries. And Hawaii is Hawaii's a state, but there's something weird about Hawaii. Like they're in that deal with Puerto Rico. I forgot the name of that deal where they can't get anything shipped to them that doesn't go through a U.S. port, something crazy like that. So everything's so expensive in Hawaii. I'm all about the states leaving, Adam, because they're not states, they're countries. The federal government failed. It's not even federal government anymore. You got the people who talk about how our birth certificates, social security numbers are like commodities traded on Wall Street. I kind of looked at that law for a little bit, but we're 50 countries, and this isn't working out. It's not working out, Adam. It's not working out. It's counseling ain't doing it. Federal government, they're still subsidizing GMO crops and carcinogens sprayed on the food and poison in the water with chemicals, and they're in bed with these corporations, the pharmaceutical industry hiding medications, not working on eternal life, because we are eternal life creatures and dying is an error. The default is living forever. It's just not working out. We've been counseling for a long time, and the federal, it's not working out. Y'all might need to get on a dating website or something. Y'all might need to go somewhere. Federal, Congress, Supreme Court, they're not following the Constitution. They're not respecting the Bill of Rights anywhere. I don't think they even read the Constitution. Congress has no clue what they're doing. They don't even read the law. Adam, I used to go meet with these representatives and explain the law to them. They don't even read the bills. They don't even read them. They take the money, what am I supposed to sign? And they just sign. That's why I believe in direct democracy, because the politicians don't even read the bills. The corporations write it and they just pass it, Democrats and Republicans. The Senate, they're not even senatory. Damn it, they ain't even sanitary. Congress got on white shirts and it's okay. They're the number one reason women around the world don't have any rights, but they wear white and got women cheering and screaming that this is a good thing. They send weapons around. Oh my God, it's endless. It's endless, but it's pointless. You know, the states are all independent. I'm all about the states going away. I'm all about Constitutional Convention. And I get everybody's fear with it. Every time I say it, my constitutional friends are like, but the Constitutional Convention's a bad idea because the states are corrupt too. I agree with you. But are the states any worse than the federal government? That's something people need to think about. To me, it's an easy answer. States, to my state, I don't know about your state, my state is nowhere near as foul, dirty, funky, aggressive, foul, funky, filthy, ochre, stinky, smelly, gooey, nasty, vomit-invoking, and nauseating as the federal government. At all. At least the state government will meet with you. They'll talk to you. All right. Wings, not songs. Brother Harley, good morning. Michelle, good morning. Good morning. I'm just about to go. Eileen is in the house. Murder for profit for a few. Amanda, that's exactly what it is. Murder for profit for a few. And it's not, they always lie to people, man. They tell them, oh, we're going to go and steal from another country and bring it back for the good of America. That never comes back. The only thing they bring back to the Americans is debt. That's the crazy thing, man. It's crazy. And people, I think they know this. I could be it could just be me. But I think they know this. They go rob other countries. They make Americans pay to go rob the country. They do that fractional reserve banking and print the money so Americans pay for it now, and then their kids got to pay for it, and their grandkids got to pay for it. Our great-great-great-grandkids, if they still alive, they got to pay for wars probably from 5 years ago. And then they go rob and steal and say, oh, we're going to bring it home. And they never bring it home. They don't bring it home. They give it to the Koch brothers. They sell it to another nation. Right? The rubber never comes back, and we got to buy it. They put it on Wall Street until it come home, but we got to buy it from the money that we still paying the debt on. And it's just crazy to me. Crazy, man, that anybody still goes along with this nonsense. But I sit there and I watch it. I watch people post about all the ACOs and Bernies and Trumps and Obamas and everybody else. And all we can do is sit here and just say, guys, this is a bad idea. It didn't work out too well for the Atlanteans. Didn't work out too well for the dinosaurs, and damn it, we should be a little bit smarter by now. All right. I think Alaska is where it's at. I like Alaska, Friedman. I like Alaska because Alaska has that universal basic income, which I believe in. I don't believe in bombing other countries to give it to me. That's a bad idea. So I don't like the context that they're trying to give it to us. But I like the idea of people having their bare minimums. If people have their bare minimums, people don't rob you. If your do you want your neighbor to be starving and to rob you, or would you like your neighbor to have a bare minimum $1,500 a month paid for by corporations, not by government, not by taxes, but by corporations, giving them the right to work inside the United States? Oil companies, plastic companies, pharmaceutical industry, those who are destroying our environments and giving us cancer and dumping the Prozac in the water and the fluoride and all this nonsense, spraying this stuff in the air. They should pay for universal basic income, because when people have the basic needs, they don't rob you, and that would make things safer. But I'm not okay with wars to pay for. That's why I'm not interested in their reparations. I'm not interested in their universal basic income. Not for me. I got what I need, but there are a lot of people who don't have what they need. That's the only reason I'm for it, because when Americans have their bare needs, they stop doing violent and things that create fear in other Americans. And if Americans all have their bare needs and they're like leaning towards consciousness and empathy and understanding and moving forward, getting out of their 5 survival senses to put bacon on the table, but think about greater things and the purpose of life, good things happen. And if we could get Americans out of warrior mode, Americans might do something about their government. As long as they're in warrior mode, which is what they want, right? Then we're always gonna have these problems. We gotta get the people in the ghettos and the trailer parks and the rural areas and the barrio and the immigrants. We gotta get these people out of war, and the rich kids, they in war too. They got some warrior genes turned on. It's not a thing of poverty. Those warrior genes are related to a lot of things. Most of them come from impoverishment, which is why government does it. But they also come from very wealthy homes. Dinosaur bones in the museums are made in China. Are they, Rebecca? I would believe that. I would. You know what, Rebecca? I'm gonna take that. I don't think I believe that. I think that. Yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth on that. But I say this, Rebecca, if you sent me a dinosaur bone that you stole from a museum and I opened the package like, oh, Rebecca done sent me something, because I ain't never going to Rebecca house. They swim with sharks, so I ain't going out there. Her and her husband, they out there swimming with sharks. Woohoo. No, she's just tougher than I am. That's all. I ain't doing that. But you send me a dinosaur bone, I flip it over, I open the package and read the package and made in China. I'd just be like, yep, makes sense. Does not make that makes sense. Because they got that, where they got that big brontosaurus? In airports, the Chicago O'Hare. I forgot what I was flying into. I used to fly for work, business a lot. And I think it was Chicago O'Hare. They had this big old dinosaur bone. Or it was in Texas somewhere, I forgot. Brontosaurus, it was a brachiosaurus in an airport. You're just walking in the airport, and I'm looking down at this big old gnarly, crusty toenail with some bunions and stuff. What the hell? What the hell? And I'm like, oh dang, they ain't got a daggone brontosaurus. They didn't have a dinosaur under the damn airport. I don't even know how y'all got that in here, number one. But if I look down and I look at one of the bunions and some toe jamming and it's made in China, I'd just be like, yep, that makes sense. Everything else here is we stole the minerals and resources from other nations, blew them up, got rid of their government, enslaved their people, sent it all to China, so all the slaves and the sweatshops they couldn't jump off the building because they're on top of the building, got the nets now to stop the slaves from jumping off, running away. Sell it to Americans for Christmas and make the dinosaurs in the museums. I don't believe any of it. I don't know what I believe anymore. It's just when you're lied to from every angle, when it's like full spectrum deceit, lying, and dissent, because you got two political parties dumb as a bag of bricks that can't seem to stop fighting over ego, you don't get to know what's true. So I have no idea what's true. Russian warrior chicks. No, Friedman, they're not Russian. They were Amazonians. Didn't read anything about the Amazons. You should. It's deep. It was deep. The sisters done made it all the way up to Russia. And they buried them with their equipment, so whoever buried them must have revered them. Amazon just means big, I believe. Does it mean big? I don't know what it means, Patricia. All these stories I said, it was simply Russian women warriors. No. It was Amazon. Amazon women. Good morning, Rosa. Good morning. Meg's in the house. Meg's talking to lions. Meg, you talking lions down there? Brother Jonathan is in the house. Sharing wealth and citizens was what Gaddafi did. Yep. And we killed him. And that's exactly why we killed him, Patricia. Same model, Latin America. Any government that thinks that they got the right to actually share the resources with like an ecosystem with the humans that live on it, America gonna kill you. That's what we got a CIA for. We're gonna figure out a reason. You're gonna get a case infection of ISIS. We're gonna get some Americans to cheer for it and come invade your country because we don't have a respect for life. It's ugly and it's true. We don't respect life. Government is us, and if we don't respect our neighbor enough to stand up for their rights to speak or have guns or be left alone or grow some food on their land, if we don't respect our neighbor's rights, there's no way in hell the government's gonna respect your rights. That would be the dumbest government on the planet. That's why I don't blame government. I stand behind them all the time. I got congressmen on my thread. Solidarity. I'm with the psychopaths. I think that we need to stop raising kids to be psychopathic to a point where they want to rule. I think ruling's a bad idea. Love is light, shine brightly, and hold space for the darkness around you. Absolutely, Kevin. All you can do is be light. If you are privileged enough to have that light, you got to hold that light for somebody else. It's dark out here. It's dark out here. If you're born in privilege, whether it's black privilege, white privilege, Latin America privilege, Maryland privilege, Western privilege, Canadian privilege, Australian privilege, Christian privilege, Muslim, wherever you got your privilege. I don't care nothing about privileges. It's just if you got light, you need to shine that for other people. We about to have a Negro spiritual in here. Let your light shine, Kevin. I agree with you. Because it's dark. You don't want people stumbling around in the dark. When people stumble around in the dark and they got knives and swords because they're women and Amazons in a patriarchal society, they might they might hit a rock or something and stab you on accident. And that would be what's supposed to happen because you had a light and you didn't shine it brightly for other people. Your family, brothers and sisters, cousins all around this world. I don't want to be at the mercy of my state government either. No, nobody should be, Diana. Diana, you should be free. Nobody should be at the mercy of anything. We got enough resources, no patents. We got enough resources to take care of everybody. We don't need any patents. We need to stop with this whole science and technology being a job. It's not a job. It's stupid. It's stupid. Progress is not a job. It's evolution. These are not jobs for people to do. If a kid grows up and says, I want to be a Nikola Tesla, I want to be a scientist, I want to be but we know that putting them in a job and a career breaks them because they're going to make a product and then begin to lie about science and technology. They need to just go do it, and we need to make sure that they can do it. And that's not socialism. It's called being sentient. They can't protect my children from my country government. Nope, nobody can protect the children. Nope, Diana, they're poisoning the children and they're shooting them up and they're throwing them in cages. They can't nobody protect the children. But we need to. We can evolve. How we protect children is we come on here and we talk about it. That's all we got. That's all we got. You can't do anything by force. And that's why I love this system. And I think, Diana, this system is ingenious. It's ingenious. I love it. I respect the people that create it. Because the only way we get to evolve and the only way we get to make it on this planet is if we grow up. Is if we start seeing other people as we see ourselves. If we start loving other people's children how we love our children. If we start looking at everybody the same way we look. If we start to empathize with people. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, and that's the only thing that got me to agree, Diana, with nature. And I'm on nature's side. And nature needs to make praying mantis from 98% praying mantis genes with 2% alien, God, whatever you want to call it. I'm good with that. I think the last thing I'm going to say is on the God thing, and y'all give me some last comments out here. But I think God is a creator. That's what I think. I don't know what it is, but I think if God is a creator that creates creations. Because I was listening to Michio Kaku, and I said, I listen to everybody. I don't agree with anybody all the time. He said that, well, God wouldn't make humans because God, and that's his voice too. I love Michio to death. I love him to death. That brother is off the hook. He even taught me so many things. That God didn't make humans. Because humans are basically stupid, And I agree with him. I think God is some sort of creator, quantum physics, spiritual, multidimensional, whatever, started Big Bang thingy, something, spiritual, whatever, that created creation, that creates. That's what I think it is. And all the creatures on all the different levels of creation, create, all look up to the level above and call it God. This is a godlike thing. You created me, so you're goddish. And I think we're lost in that. That's what I think. I think we're lost in that. I'm not sure God is what we think it is. I'm not sure it means what we think it means, because the deeper you are in that creation of creation, the harder it is to even fathom, conceptualize what a God is. So that's why, to me, seeking God is just seeking the truth. And you do that through scripture and through science and through modern experimentation. We got to be doing experiments. Oh, there's one more thing I'm going to say, then I got to go. It's a thought I was having. What I do is I get these thoughts. They're not polished. My grammar ain't polished, but I don't tell y'all that. It's a thought I have, and I throw it out there, and I want people to respond to it, see what they think about it. There's something that I was linking together. No, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, damn, I can't get the boss. I gotta go. Is this it? No, that's not it. It was about having a science approach to something. I don't know if anybody picked that up. I have a lot of deep friends. This thought had occurred to me. Hang on. Who's the No, that's not it. Dang, I posted this much this morning. Kid gaming and this, and got some funny stuff. AI. This must have been early. This is early. Oh, this must have been about to drive to work thought. We become different creatures, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that's it. All right, I'm not even sure. I don't think I put, maybe I didn't post it. I'm gonna leave y'all on a natural health comment. Let me see. Post. I don't think this was it. I have these thoughts, and they do what they do. Now, like when your warning light comes on in your car. Over here. Oh, I'm working on some software too. I think I'm gonna change our format. Got some ideas. So I've been writing some software. I'll have some interesting announcements in the days to come. Thank you for anybody who dropped coins in that Patreon. I'm actually using them productively. I started writing some software. I'm trying to make our thing here a little more of a unique experience. I don't like Facebook's platform, so I'm trying to modify some things. You know how when your car is running ish, right? You put the wrong oil in it, put the wrong oil on it, because the oil actually goes on the car. But don't do what the lady did in that meme. You're not supposed to shake that gift. You're supposed to put it in the car, but it goes on the engine, and the gas goes in for combustion. But if you put in the wrong oil, you put in the wrong gas, you know how you got ratings for your oil, you got ratings for your gas, your car is not going to perform right. Check engine light will come on, you'll get all kind of warnings, you'll get stutters and bumps and shakes and this, that, and the other. It's kind of like the human body. And if you keep driving it, you don't listen to your body, you don't listen to the problems that you're having. You're getting colds and coughs and flus and stuff in your body, shaking, telling you putting the wrong fuel in it. It means you're putting the wrong food in it. Putting the wrong oils on it, the lotions, the chemicals, the environment. The environment makes the human being. Like Christopher Ryan said, the environment forges us. We're like H2O. We become our environment. If you put the wrong things, eventually your car is going to have problems, shakes, it's going to shut down, it's going to die. Human body works the same way. Works the same exact way. All right. Gerard, love y'all to death. I got to get going. Y'all have a great day. What is today? I think today is Thursday, something like that. Thursday all day. I'll have a wonderful day. Love y'all so much. It was a good conversation. We got to look at the Epiphanies. Post the Epiphanies. Let more people know. We got to do a paradigm shift. We don't need no more baby changes. We need to stop being babies. We need to grow up. We need to treat things like science. Right, you have your hypothesis. I think government's gonna fix it. I think they're not gonna poison me in the water and blow up other people and steal things and create a black market called Wall Street and sell to people to make corporations bigger and wealthier to buy more politicians to make it even worse. If you keep running things like a scientific experiment and you do an experiment, you got your hypothesis, after you get your summary and your results, you gotta make a choice. And the summary and the results said that we need a paradigm shift or we all gonna die. It's Gerard, I'm out here. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all to death now. Bye-bye.